Sunday fun day, back in my hometown, ain't that right, Comatron? Oh yeah, life in the hot tub is good. What is up, everyone? Cobrian, how's it going, Cobrian? M-Forcer 2021, Tiger Skunk in the chat, coming into the stream today. It's gonna be amazing. Sylvester 72, how's it going, my main man, Cobrian? There he is. Kale 64. Amiga Cammy in the chat. Amiga Cammy gonna be hanging with us next week for the Amiga Game Jam. It's gonna be awesome. Yo, Moby68W, thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate that very, very much. Mr. Wolverine DK is back with all the love in him and sends out some good love and cyber hugs. Right on, Mr. Wolverine DK. I love the cyber hugs. Niv Riggs in the chat. Voxel Trots checking in from Club Amigaville VIP Lounge. DRMR Foff, what is going on, my man? A Texas Foosballer checking in from Club Amiga Lounge. Great to have you here, Foosballer. Oh man, I miss Texas. Super Tech Boy with the Amiga Lounge. Oh yeah, I'm back, baby. I am back home. Knee High Spy checking in from Club Amigaville VIP Lounge. Negel Sachs, how's it going? Michael Jensen, Vato, yeehaw! Tears of Me, cheers. SW3PO, Toby 1976. Folo Cali, how's it going? Great to see everyone here. Negel Sachs, how's it going? Negel Sachs. Wizguard, good evening to you. Laser Mink, how's it going? Poetic Android, long time no see. Great to see you. Thank you, Mr. Roland. I could use some cyber hugs, man. I appreciate it. Jost80, Sunday Fun Day, Torque Live. What is up, Torque Live? And Jost80, great to see you both. Thanos, how's it going, Thanos? Let me check what's going on over here. I gotta see what's going on over here. Okay, we got 35 seconds left. I'm gonna catch up in a minute. I tell you what, folks, we have a special guest today. Michael Borrmann's gonna show us Inviyya 2, world premiere of Inviyya 2. I said, Michael, what's your favorite demo? He says, Grakrakaka Mine Zones. So I'll tell you what, that's what I got for you guys. Grakrakaka Mine Zones. Let's freaking go, 8-Bit Bill. Amiga. Oh yeah, loving the Citrix soundtrack. I am back home. What is up, everyone? Sunday fun day. Let me welcome everyone. Today's gonna be a banger of a stream. Let me put on some music. I'm gonna cue up some music here. You know, I'm back with my real Amiga. It feels absolutely amazing. Even though, dude, the Pi treated me really, really, really well when I was on the road. It was awesome. Between the Pi Amiga and between Amiberry, man, I was rocking and rolling. It was great. Let me just fire up some music here. I'm gonna say hi to everyone. I'm gonna keep it quick, man, because I know what you're all here for. I know you're all here to see Michael and Inviyya 2. And oh baby, it's gonna be so good. I can't wait to play it myself. Let me just turn on the Hippo player. You know, since we started with some Citrix, I think I will play some Citrix. How's that sound? I forgot how to stream. It's great. I forgot how to stream from here. It's bananas. Oh man, I think the mix will be good. I forgot everything. I've been away for so long. I came home. I'm like, wait a minute, how do I use all this stuff? Oh man, I'm overmodulating. I'm gonna dial that back a little bit because I'm so excited. All right, let me catch up here, folks. Torque Live, Jost80, Thanos, how's it going? Retro Hitch. I know Retro Hitch working out all the times is really hard. I get it. Michael Jensen, those Inviyya folks, they just don't stop, do they? Super Tech Boy, how's it going? Great to see you. Amiga Live checking in from Club Amigaville VIP Lounge. WizGuard, how's it going? Yeah, back on the 1084S. Locust, thank you so much for the resub. That's absolutely amazing. Chris Edwards Restoration, what's up, Chris? Chris, the Pi Amiga treated me really, really well when I was on the road for 2 months, man. I was so lucky to have that. Poetic Android, Super Tech Boy, Axter Max, Greg of Florida, what is up? Amiga Live, great to see you. Checking in from Club Amigaville VIP Lounge. C64 Television, checking in from Club Amigaville VIP Lounge. Pixels at Dawn Gaming, 37 months. He goes, Amiga, 37. Thank you, Pixel at Dawn Gaming, amazing. Night Shift, Mr. Toast, Palinurk, Mforcer 2021. Yo, Hazemaker, thank you for continuing your sub. Purple Hazemaker here on Twitch. Thank you, buddy. Great to see you again. Jost80 with 100 bits. Texas Foosballer, thank you so much for the resub. Texas Foosballer is not just a subscriber here, he is also an Amigaville VIP patron. Texas Foosballer, thank you so much. Microfine, how's it going? Palinurk, also a Club Amigaville VIP patron, and gifted 5 subs to my community. Thank you so much, Palinurk, that's amazing. Yawning Angel is here. Ash Podal Life, Gabora, Negaleaks, great to see you all. Paulie Alex Bo, great to see you, Paulie. Oh yeah, that demo reminds you of Hydrolone. Yeah, that was an Amiga 500 demo. That was an Amiga 500 demo, 1 megabyte. 512 chip, 512 fast. Philological, thank you for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. The Amiga is alive and strong. Agreed. Gabora, what's up with Gabora? Fishbot, you like that demo? Nice. Oram, thank you for the resub. 26 months. That's crazy. Oram is a subscriber here, also an Amigaville VIP patron. Oram, thank you so much. This Citrix is awesome, right? Amigos Retro Gaming. What's going on, Amigos Retro Gaming? Great to see you guys. Love Amigos Retro Gaming. Albie Shore, Sunday Fun Day. Albie Shore with the resub. Albie Shore, thank you for being so supportive. Club Amigaville VIP patron. Pixels at Dawn Gaming. I dig the protractor. I dig it. I dig it. Oh man, what is up, everyone? Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm so happy to be back home. It's amazing. Proton Fig, I am back at home, baby. Back at home. That was a great demo, right, Paulie? Citrix comes correct with the music, you know, and that he's got a great team there. That music was amazing, right, everyone? That was I'll put the name of it down. Yeah, the Retro Studio, Super Tech Boy. I'm back. Amiga News Net. How's it going, Amiga News Net? Mixel's Lab. Oh man, Litwarski, thank you so much for the sub. 22 months, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the shirt, Amigos Retro Gaming. Tank Mouse forever, exactly. You know what? You know it's a bummer. I was too late on that Tank Mouse Kickstarter. They had already sold out the black ones, and I was really sad about that. Hopefully I can buy it. Brother Bill, thank you for the subscription. JM80, I'm home sweet home again. You know it. Voxel Trot, so feels so good to be back on the East Coast. Super Tech Boy, yeah, the job is on a break for a while. Working on this new show for Disney Plus. Chris never disappoints. Bangers all the time. You know it. He's amazing. Thank you, Punic. Appreciate it. Sky, thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate that. 8 megahertz ought to be enough for everyone. Exactly. Vato, yeehaw! Hope all's well, buddy. Ridjek, how's it going? Pierre Fontaine, yes, I'm back in the red zone. Oh man, oh god, I love this song. It's so good. It's so good. Thank you all so much for the hype train. Knee-High Spy, so good to be home, my man. Great to see you. I appreciate you so much, Knee-High Spy. Checking in from Club Amigaville VIP Lounge. Ty Racer, great to see you. Tim Gilbert. Stiff Peaks, thank you so much for a subscription. Oh, hi from Denmark, Negel Seeks. That's awesome. Hi from New York. It feels great to say that, by the way. KL64, it feels so good to be back, dude. Brother Bill, again, thank you for the resub. Oh, man, this is awesome. The Real Tony Rocks. What is up, buddy? Great to see you, The Real Tony Rocks. Vato digging the tunes. Super Tech Boy, I'll probably get an Amiga Mini. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'll probably get one. Qua House, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that very, very much, dude. Captain John Archer, Sunday Fun Day, best day. Captain John, thank you so much for the resub. I hope you and Amiga Sons are doing great. Baltoth, yo, 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 yo. It is awesome to see everyone. I'll tell you what, folks, today is going to be an awesome stream. There's nothing I like better than like a world premiere stream. I'm super lucky and fortunate that Michael Borrmann, also known as Tiger Skunk, the creator of Inviyya. Inviyya, one of my favorite new Amiga games to come out ever. It's like, actually, I'm just going to call it. Inviyya is one of my favorite Amiga games, period. I love side-scrolling shooters, and that's what Inviyya was. It was an OCS game. Now he's working on Inviyya 2. And we're gonna get a world, it's a sneak peek of it. We got one level today. We're gonna take a look at it. I'm just gonna crack open this brewski before I start. Yo, Ralph, thank you so much for the resub. 9 months. There's our stream baby. I got a Sloop Juice Bomb IPA. I'll tell you what, it's time to bomb it, baby. It is time to drop some bombs in Inviyya 2. I am so freaking excited and so thankful for Michael for coming on the stream today. Oh, thank you, Proton Fig. Thank you for some fresh homecoming Sids. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm good, Captain John. It's all good here. You love my shirt? Oh, thanks, man. I love Galaga. It's so funny. I put on my Amiga T-shirt before the top of the stream, and it was really wrinkled. And I was like, I can't have Michael on and wear some wrinkled shirt. I need to show some respect. So this one is a new one that Amiga Mom and Amiga Dad actually got me for Christmas. A little Galaga shirt. So I'm digging it. Anyway, cheers, everyone. Thank you all for hanging out today. I hope you all enjoy the stream. It's going to be a blast. Huge thanks to Michael for coming on. Let's have a sip of beer, and here we go, baby. Oh, yeah. No, Hazemaker, cheers, everyone. Hazemaker, I never showed the first level. I've never played the first level, and apparently today I'm the first one to ever test it. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, folks, while the music stopped, I'm just going to kill the music. Without further ado, I would like to welcome back my guest, Mr. Michael Borrmann, also known as the Tiger Skunk. This is his second time on the stream. He came on a while back when the original Inviyya came out, and Michael, it is just an absolute pleasure and honor to have you on again. Inviyya 2 came as a surprise for me. What's up, Michael? Great to see you, dude.
Hey, good evening.
Oh, Mike, it's a pleasure, Mike. I'm so excited. Here, cheers. I know you've already had the brewskis flowing. I got them flowing now. I got the suds flowing. Let's go.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, awesome. So Michael, welcome back. Weird. I don't know why this chat. Oh, there we go. We got some chat going. There we go. Okay, cool. Michael, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here. Like I was saying, Inviyya is it's one of my favorite Amiga games, like of all time. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I mean, I just love playing it. I love the graphics. I love the music. I love the gameplay. I think the difficulty is just kind of perfect. Like it's not too hard, but it's still hard enough where it keeps me interested, keeps me wanting to play. And then when you said, "Hey, I'm working on Inviyya 2," I was like, "What? Inviyya 2? What? That's amazing!" So, Mike, welcome to the stream. If you want to give yourself a little introduction for folks who may have not seen the first stream, go for it, and we'll keep chatting.
No, I think everybody knows me. I don't know. Yeah, I made Inviyya first game. It came out a year ago, and I was very happy with the reception of it. Very nice feedback, and I made the second game now. I'm in the process of doing that, and it's for AGA machines. My goal is for it to run on a stock 1200. And I have to make a disclaimer for today. The music is still from the old game, because I didn't have time yet to make new music. And but the rest, everything is new and shiny.
Amazing. So it's I have here in my hand the Inviyya 1, the original game. And this is like one of my favorite like box editions I've ever had. I mean, look at the box. It's metallic. It's amazing. So not only is the game great, but the box and the packaging is great. I hope you're playing on something like this for Inviyya 2. Is that would that be the case by any chance?
What? Excuse me?
Oh, I was just saying how much I love the box. I love the box. I love the manual. I love like this awesome like patch that came with Inviyya 1. I'm wondering with Inviyya 2, do you plan on doing another box edition, or is that a little bit too early yet?
No, of course we plan. This is, I didn't have much to do with the box actually. It was everything the work of Seba from Polyplay. And I think he really did an amazing job with this. And yeah, we are already planning for a second box or so.
Amazing. So I want to start the game because everyone's like anxious to see that. But just tell me, like why did you choose AGA this time and not OCS?
Because I wanted to do something new. When I started doing pixel graphics for the Amiga 500, when I started the first game, and then at the end of it, I was feeling a little bit like I did everything with what I can do with 16 colors. And then I had also the other motivation I had was like I was always seeing these AGA games, and I was thinking a bit like, why aren't these games not looking like I would do them? Because I knew the technical specifications of like what the 1200 can do, and I was always wondering like, why are there not games that are doing it like this way? Because everybody's using this dual playfield mode, where you have 16 colors in the front and 16 colors in the back. And I was always thinking like this is so restraining so much for the graphical capabilities that 1200 has actually. So I've seen a few instances where I was thinking like, oh, okay, this looks cool. Like when you were playing Riga, do you remember Nakisa's game? There were these levels where Invent was doing like his own graphics. And that really looked amazing, I think. And I was always thinking like, yeah, why are not more people doing it like this way with more colors? And I think there's so much potential in AGA. And also in the stock 1200 game.
I think that's awesome, yeah. Michael. Yeah, because I feel like AGA was never like fully utilized back in the day. You know, it kind of came out towards the end of the Amiga's life. There's like a handful of Amiga games I think that really make the AGA sing, but that's about it. A handful. You know, the first one that comes to mind is like Banshee for me. I love Banshee. I think it's a great AGA game.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's one of the best ones.
Yeah, totally. But you know, so I'm anxious to see what new devs can do with AGA. What's up, Danielle Spinoni? Namcos, thank you so much for the raid. So I'm like I said, I'm anxious to see what new folks can do with AGA. So like, let's do it, baby. Let's go. All right, so Inviyya 2, I'm digging the splash screen already. Now, folks, Michael did everything on the original Inviyya. He did the graphics, he did the music, he did the programming. Michael, did you do everything on Inviyya 2 as well?
Yeah, up to this point, everything. Also, I have to say, everything you see is hand pixeled. There's no rendering stuff or something in there. So maybe when you see the graphics, you'll understand this.
Oh, everything is hand pixelated. You say, you do everything by hand.
Yeah, because like a lot of people are like rendering stuff these days for graphics. So no, everything's hand pixeled by me.
No 3D graphics. No, this is all hand pixel. What'd you use to draw?
I use GIMP. It's an open source program. And for me, it's like I was like many years ago, I was using Photoshop a lot, and then it was a hard transition for me to go over to GIMP. But now these days, I think I have a good grasp on it, and yeah, it works very well for me.
I love how folks are using like modern technology, you know, like modern things like GIMP, which runs on a PC, to develop for Amiga games. I just think that's super cool. I'm digging it already. I love the scrolling. We just gotta get into it. Here we go, baby. Inviyya 2. I can't believe it. It's happening. Oh man, right now it's an ADF file. We're running it. So right now everything you're seeing here is on a single ADF. Running it on an Amiga 1200 with with an 060 in it, but this will run on a stock 1200. I got triple fire right off the bat. Oh, there's. Oh wow, look at these enemies. Whoa! First of all, first thoughts. I love the colors. I love the colors a lot. I love like the teals. Triple fire right off the bat is pretty nice. Holy cow! I love the scrolling. Oh wow! Oh, I crashed. I gotta recalibrate here. It's way more difficult than Inviyya. I'm getting hosed down here. These little enemies are cool, like with the jetpacks. Those guys are awesome. Michael, you always bring like really cool atmosphere to your games, and really cool graphics and the colors. And this doesn't disappoint. I love the design of the hero ship. That is really cool. Oh wow, this guy takes a lot of hits. I also love the fact that you have auto fire built in. I'm rocking today with my Monster Mini joystick, which I love. I love my Monster Mini. It's got it does not have auto fire built in, so thank you for building auto fire into the game. That's generally the way I like to do it. I like to have auto fire built into the game. Yeah, it's awesome.
You're dead. You're dead.
I'm dead already. I'm dead already. Oh, I see terrible fire in the chat. I'm running this on an Amiga 1200 with a terrible fire 060 in it, a terrible fire 1260. So pass the test. Michael, I'm super excited because I believe so far I'm the only other person that's ever played this. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's true. You're the first one. I was like hiding this for the last 3 months where I worked in it. You're the first person other than me who is playing this.
Oh, it's really an honor, Michael. I feel like I'm not worthy. That is it's an honor. So you've been working. How long have you been working on the game?
It's like 3 months now, I think. Like, I was doing a lot of graphical concepts first, and then I started implementing it like 2 or 3 months ago, and then that's
so Michael, in the original Inviyya, I know it was many years in the making, and when the game was originally released, it had 6 levels, and then you kind of came out with like a DLC, a 7th level, sort of a bonus level, which I love. How many levels are you playing for Inviyya 2?
The same, 6 levels, but there won't be a DLC again because some people were a bit pissed off last time because like they bought the game and a box set, and there was this like for the disc version it wasn't a big problem because they could just save it on the disc, the new version. But for those people who bought the CD32 version, yeah, I can understand they were a little bit angry about it, so they didn't get the last version.
Got you.
So yeah, this time this will be like the one you buy in the box will be the version that's the final one.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, folks. So that's what happened. What happened was the original Inviyya had 6 levels, 6 awesome levels, and Michael came out with a DLC 7th level. But the CD32 version was already out, so you couldn't burn a new disc. Well, I guess you could burn a new disc, but not a pretty one like with the beautiful label.
Yeah, but the one you got with the box it was really beautiful, I think. So it's like a little bit.
You know what, Michael? I'd rather have an extra level and a little glitch like that than no extra level. You know what I mean? Like, you're feeling inspired. The extra level is beautiful. Don't feel bad about it. Thank you for making an extra level. That's really cool. So far the game is amazing. Yo, Maya82, what's up, Maya82? And thank you so much for the follow, BioGames. Thank you so much for the follow, BioGames. Appreciate that. If you're just joining my stream, welcome. I'm Bill. I stream Amiga stuff here almost every Sunday on Twitch. And my favorite thing to do is I play new Amiga games, I play classic Amiga games, but my favorite thing to do is to have guests on and interview them and talk about whatever cool thing they're doing in the Amiga community. You know, like whether it's Paulie Oxbow making music, or Comatron making music, or Kevin Saunders making artwork, or Michael Borrmann, Tiger Skunk, who just made a new game. This is amazing. Michael, I'm loving the game. If anyone, you know, Vincent GR, Vincent, oh man, Vincent. It's so good to see you, Vincent. Vincent GR, one of my original followers, man. Vincent, it's so great to see you, buddy. If anyone has a question for Michael, please do @AmigaBill in the chat because it's a little bit hard for me to keep up. But Super Tech Boy's got a question. He's asking, what's the inspiration for the ship design?
That's basically a little bit stolen, but not completely. There's a game that's called Blazing Star on the Neo Geo. And there was a ship design I always loved. It's like a 20 years old game. Some people might know it, and there's like one ship design which has these edges in the front. Yeah, I really loved that. And so I always wanted, like, I always said, like, if I do a shooter game, I want to do this kind of shit design. Yeah, now it's the time. It's not exactly the same, but I would say it's inspired by this.
You know what? I mean, in the film business, you know, in my business, you see a movie that you love, you know, and there's no doubt, like when you're on set doing a project, people are like, I want a shot like that, like I want it to look like Seven, you know, or I want it to look like Schindler's List or something like that. You know what I mean? Like we always reference like other movies. So I imagine, you know, in the game world, you referencing getting inspiration from one of your favorite games is something that is pretty common, I'm sure.
There's a book I really like, and that's like also 10 years ago I bought this. It's called Steal Like an Artist.
Steal Like an
And
Artist, amazing.
Steal Like an Artist, it means like it basically states there are no real new things, but everything is derived from something. Like everybody is inspired by something, and even the people you think we're doing something completely new. Usually, it's just a lot of inspiration that's coming together and are like assembled in something new, into something new. Yeah, that's it. So yeah.
Even with writing, you know, Joseph Campbell and Hero with 1,000 Faces, Writer's Journey. That his theory is that, you know, there's really only a handful of stories, and every story is based on those stories. Oh, okay. Sorry. It was. Apshoda Life is asking, what's the main benefit of AGA besides the extra colors? Is there anything? Is that the main benefit?
On AGA, you have like these big sprites. That's really really nice to have, and it's like yeah, that's a huge benefit because you didn't have these on OCS. You have only 16-bit white sprites, and on AGA you have this, yeah, like really really big sprites, like 64 pixel wide, and you can really do a lot with that. So that's a huge advantage, but also, yeah, don't underestimate these colors, like the amount of colors you have. And also, what's a big difference is on the graphics is just like the color space you have, because on OCS you only have these 4,096 colors, and if you're creating graphics for a game there, you will notice very soon that if you have these ramp steps between colors, are very visible. It's like if you usually go like, you only have 16 colors to go from the most dark to the most bright, and in between you really see these steps. That's like when you have on these old games, you have these copper skies, you always see these step ups, you know, between the between the colors. And on AGA you can have these very 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 nice blends in between colors, because you have the full color space on AGA. It's really really great. You can create much better graphics on this.
Yeah, I know the copper skies. You can really see like the bands in the sky. But I guess it's almost more like a dithering effect when you have more colors. Nivrig's asking how many colors does the new game use? And when you said 4,096 colors, I mean most OCS games they take from a 4,096 color palette, but most games aren't in game mode. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, there's like the color space, like where you can take colors from, and you have usually most games use 16 colors on the OCS machines. You can go to 32 colors, but that's a little bit difficult because usually you don't have enough time to blitz your objects on the screen then. But yeah, you have 16 colors, but taken from 4,096 colors.
Right. So how many colors does Inviyya 2 use?
64.
64 colors. So 64 colors on the screen at one time. Very, very cool. Yo, Snowdog, thank you so much for the resub, Snowdog. So yeah, Gray Fox Books, it's 64 colors on screen at one time here. Talent borrows, genius steals. Hilarious, Enforcer. If you... Nivrig, another amazing Amiga game developer, says if you steal from one person, it's plagiarism. If you steal from many, it's inspiration. Hilarious. Terrible Fire also says AGA is faster. Oh, WizGuard's got a great question for you, Michael. What's your opinion on save load functionality in action games? In old times, you always had to play from the beginning, but perhaps that's not necessarily the best.
That's a good question, actually, because yeah, but it depends a lot on the game, I think, because I'm not sure if you need to have this save load functionality on a shooter, for instance. But it's like if it's a little bit more like from Kroger, the game Kroger, I'm still planning to create. Of course, there will be a save game functionality. So I think it depends on the game, I guess, I'd say.
Ramina, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Ramina. Thank you, and welcome, Ramina viewers. I hope you had a great stream. I really appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. If you're just joining me for Ramina's raid or just tuning into the channel, today is the premiere of Inviyya 2, a brand new Amiga game. We got a 1-level demo, and I'm joined with Michael Borrmann. He is the creator of the game. Michael does all the graphics, the music, the sound effects, all the programming. The music you're hearing right now is from his previous game, or the original Inviyya. But Inviyya 2 will have new music, and this is amazing. So thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate that. Bruce Lane, what's up? Bruce Lane with the Ramia raid. Amiga for Mortals, what's going on, Amiga for Mortals? Hope all's well, buddy. OE Tiger with the raid. Ramina, how's it going? Ramina, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for the raid. Antenna says the downside with AGA is us poor people with OCS, ECS can't run it. But you know what? I'm glad people are like pushing the limits of OCS and ECS as well as AGA. You know what? If you have a lot of my friends, they did something cool, right? They went old school. They have like an Amiga 500, the classic Amiga, and then they're using like a Mister or a Raspberry Pi for all their AGA games. So that's a pretty cool way to do it too. If you're not lucky enough to have an AGA Amiga, because they're getting expensive. You know what I mean, Michael?
Yeah, that's true. I was a bit lucky to get mine like 3 years ago for a very good price, and yeah. Otherwise, maybe I wouldn't have started the game for it.
Yeah, totally. Vector Funk has got a great question. What was like the top of your list to improve or change with Inviyya 2? Like I said, Inviyya is one of my favorite Amiga games. Like regardless of whether it's a classic or a new one. What was on what did you want to improve on in Inviyya 2? Great question. Thank you, Vector Funk.
Yeah, improve on respect to what, the old game, or like
how would you want to make Inviyya better? You're making a sequel to Inviyya 2. I'm going AGA baby, but like what else do I want to do to make the game better?
Yeah, I was reading a lot of comments about the old game, and like you already noticed, like you have this much higher firepower at the moment already. So because a lot of people complained, or let's say in a different way, when I planned the first game, I was very in this strategic, tactical shooter ideology thing. It's like I wanted people to really like position themselves correctly all the time. Yeah, but I think it worked for the first game, but like some people just told me, hey guy, I just want to shoot shit, and that's all. That's all I want to do. And I said, like, yeah, maybe you're right, it's okay. And, so like I tried to find a compromise between being a bit like still strategic, but also like have more fun. And like I was thinking about like what's more fun in this. Yeah, I think if you have like this higher amount of firepower, it's more fun for the player. Also, there's this thing: if you die, you don't have to replay the whole section, which you had to do in the first game.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and that's also something like people told me, yeah, that's so stupid. Like I always die at the same place. Yeah, it felt a little bit like demotivating for people. And yeah. So also something I changed. So I wanted to make the game more approachable for people that don't necessarily share my idea of like how a shooter should work. But yeah, it's a little bit more action, I think.
more action.
More action.
It's just a lot. I can tell right away you're going more action with all the the triple fire right off the bat. That's the game feels really good, Michael. Now, so one of the things that Yo, Ash said hi. What is up, Ash? Yo, Ash said hi on the front page of Twitch yesterday. Ash, what's up, Ash? Killing it. Streaming Amiga on the front page of Twitch. That's my girl. Woo! Congrats, Ash. You rock. So, Michael, one of the things, the way the original Inviyya worked is you started out, like, your ship was slow, and you started out with some, like, pretty weak weapons. And then as you destroyed enemies, you were able to upgrade. You were able to go faster. You were able to get better weapons. And then when you died, it would take some of that power away from you. Is that going to be a similar vibe in this one? Because right now, right off the bat, I got triple fire, and I don't see any upgrades yet.
Yeah, there will be upgrades, or at least that's the idea at the moment. But you will start with this configuration. You'll be very powerful at the beginning already. So yeah, for me, the basic thing was like, have fun with the game, play it, destroy shit, just rampage through the game, and I don't want to enforce this extremely strategic gameplay I had in the first game on people anymore. And yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's not to say there won't be levels which might be a little bit more slower, but it's like you will have this very strong firepower at the start, and you'll be that fast at the beginning. But there will be some power-ups, and but I still have to think about this, so I didn't include it yet. That's it.
I like Michael's just going for it. He's like, you know what? After a tough day at work, I want you to come home, fire up some Inviyya 2, and just blast stuff all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Just blast away, like guns blazing. Like I don't want no slow ships, no weak guns. Like it's just guns blazing, baby. Right off the bat.
Remember last year when you played the first game and you were in I think in the 6th level in the last one? And then you said, "Oh no, I'm back to the pew gun again." That was like, "Oh yeah,
well, that was a big strategy for me. With the original Inviyya, that was a big strategy for me. Is the trick was to power up, get your speed up, and get your guns up and max them out. And like, it sounds funny, but like not dying is a key strategy because the game is substantially easier when you're fully powered than when you're underpowered. When you're underpowered, it's extremely difficult, and when you have your full arsenal of speed and weapons, it makes the game a lot easier. So not dying was key. And then, but I also liked how like if you did die, because some of the bosses were puzzle-like. In order to beat some of the bosses, you really have to like learn their maneuvers, and in order, so like it was, sometimes I would play and I would die once on a boss, and it would make it. It would take away some of my power, and it would just kind of make it interesting for me in the next level. I'm like, all right, I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball right now because I'm not fully powered up, but it's gonna make it in a way a little like it's gonna make it fun and challenging as well. So I did like that part of the first game.
It worked for the first game. It was very balanced in the way it did things, and like it was okay for the first game. So it's like you can play it like this, and it's you won't have a problem. But it's like I said, I wanted to do something different. Also, another idea was like the first game was a much more R-type like, I think, and I wanted to get away a bit from that and do my own thing. Also, there was also another idea I had. So I think also that's something I succeeded in. I would say it's not very R-type anymore, I'd say.
It's kind of become, I guess, it's more like its own thing now. I feel like...
I think so, I think you can still see the first game in it, but it's a little bit, it's something different now also.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, it feels a lot different. It's really cool. Balto says, looks brilliant, sounds brilliant, is brilliant. Sylvester72 is asking if the blitter was faster in the Amiga 1200 than it was in the OCS stuff.
No, unfortunately not. That's my biggest gripe with the chipset. Only with the AJ chipset. It's like they made some really cool improvements, but damn, would it be good if the blitter was faster. And it's
interesting they never sped it up. I didn't know that. It's very interesting. Ridjek is asking, are you using the sprites in Inviyya 2? Or using Bob's?
I'm using everything that 1200 can give me at the moment.
Your sprites, Bob's, you name it.
Yeah, everything.
The real Juzz, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that and welcome to the stream. JMA80 is asking, is there any fast RAM needed?
Nope, nothing.
Nothing. It's a stock 1200.
It's a stock 1200, yeah.
Very, very cool. Yo, the Amiga Guru, Tony, Axness, Hype, Blasta. Now, it's, you know what, I forgot that when we premiered Inviyya 1, Tony was on the stream with us, which was very, very cool.
Yeah, that's true. So I almost wanted to ask him to join today, but he, like I told you, I didn't. I just created this in my secret little chamber. So even Tony, I didn't even show anything to Tony. So, but he had so many other games to test anyway.
Tony's a busy man. Tony is a very, very busy man.
So yeah, but yeah, we see.
Ash said hi, throwing out that I can do it now. I can do it now that I'm here with my mixer. Amiga love. I didn't get close enough to the microphone, but fast RAM. Let's see what else we got. More questions. Oh, Guy Later's got a good point. Guy Later says you could do passwords to unlock levels you already finished. That's a really good idea, Guy Later. I like that.
What? Excuse
me?
Like
let's say after you beat level 1, you get a passcode. So next time you play, you can automatically skip to level 2.
Yeah, that would be an idea. It's like I'm always like some people might, from the hardcore gamers, might hate me, but like a lot of Neo Geo games, like Polestar, for instance, just give you the menu option to skip into any level anyway. So just start at the 4th level or 6th level if you want. So yeah, why not? It's hard there to play anyway. So if you're not like used to the game, so it's a hard challenge for you maybe then to go into that later level. It's like I don't want how to say. I want to get rid of all this gatekeeping stuff in my game. At the moment, I just want it to be fun. You bought my game, have fun with it.
That's pretty cool, man. I dig that. That's it's like, hey, I bought the game. I just want to play it the way I want to play it. Just because you can.
The end idea of this would be it's like also including a trainer directly, because there's always these trainer releases if you release a game on the Amiga. And I was thinking like, why is like those people who need this cannot play the original game and have to like download the trainer? It's so stupid somehow, Why am I? For me, it's so easy to just include this myself. Yeah. So, and those people who don't want to play with the trainer, they don't need to. I think, that's the idea.
I mean, I think that's really cool. Just like play the game the way you want it. Give everyone the option. Maybe you're not a hardcore gamer and you just really enjoy Michael's artwork and music, and you just want to kind of go through the game pretty easily. Trainer built in. I dig it. And then or you just want to, because the thing is too is you can put in the ability to skip to any level, but it doesn't mean you have to skip to any level. You can play how you want. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I love these enemies here with the jetpacks. These little guys with the jetpacks, they're awesome. And this enemy I'm shooting right now, he reminds me of one of the ships in Inviyya. So I like how it ties it back to the original game as well. The ships that come from behind are really difficult. I can say that's a good strategy so far for me. See that right there. They come from the back of the screen. They come from behind. So if you don't want to sit back in Inviyya 2. You kind of want to play the middle. Because those guys will get you back there. I mean, suckers will sneak up on you and they'll get you. This enemy is really cool looking. Now I see he's changing shapes. Like he gets wide open and he shoots at me. I imagine he's vulnerable then, but now that he's compact, I see he gets really small. Is he vulnerable when he's really small?
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah.
Okay, cool. No shield. So I can just hammer that dude, man. Just unload on him anytime. He's not safe from anywhere he goes. I like it. Guy Later's got another great question. Any idea when the game will be released?
My plan is to release this at the end of the year. I will try to get one level done each month now. But I know I can be lazy, so yeah. I hope it will be at the end of the year, maybe then early next year.
A
That's the idea.
Christmas 2022 release would be pretty cool. But yeah, I wouldn't. Lazy is not the first word that comes to mind when I think of you, Michael. anyone who like makes graphics, music, and programs his own game is not lazy. Oh man, hey, thank you, FM editor. It's so good to be home. It's great to see you. Interesting. Nivrik said Jeff Minter, you know, was one of the all-time great game designers, has a rule to never remove progress from the player. In my opinion, passwords, level select, restart, best level for action games is a good thing. Yeah, Nivrik, and that's what Michael's saying, man. He wants to give the game to people and they can play it how they want. Now's the time to get 1200, totally. SW3PO's got a great question. What inspired you to make another game?
What? What inspired me to do another game?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like creating games. So it was natural for me to do another one. And like most of the last year, I was just like thinking about ideas. And I had this idea about Kroger, started working on this. And then I noticed the step towards the full game would be too large for me. So I was thinking like, what could be an intermediate step towards it, and I started cleaning up the whole engine I did for Inviyya, and I thought like, okay, maybe I can do a second Inviyya, create a lot of stuff in the engine that would also work for Kroger, and yeah, that was basically my idea. So I could like do an intermediate game, which would be Inviyya 2, and then I will work on Kroger, where I have a lot of ideas and also like a lot of stuff scribbled down what will be in the game. So yeah, the game exists, and it's like I work on it. So, but like my next step will be Inviyya 2, because I think it's the sensible thing to do now.
Well, you already answered the next question from Predsata Lemon Amiga, which is Ask Tiger Skunk what's happening with the Barbarian game. The Barbarian game is called Kroger! I can't wait for it. So what's happening is, Michael, you made your own engine for Inviyya, and now you're tweaking the Inviyya engine with Inviyya 2, and then that engine that you've tweaked is going to be the springboard for Kroger. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because, you know, Kroger will be, like, I started off this being like a game where you just run from the left to the right and kill enemies. And then I noticed like there was Megisa, Graham, who was I'm talking a lot with, chatting, and he was doing this excellent Devil's Temple game. And that's basically the same thing, you know, in a way. And I was thinking like, okay, I have to do something different, and that started to getting more and more like into like what I call a light Metroidvania. So it's like you will be running around through different areas, solve some puzzles, talk to people, combine maybe items, fight with enemies, and like gain new abilities. Like I have so many ideas about this, but the thing is like, if I would start this now and just work on it, it would take like a few years, I think. Like, and then, like I said, my idea was like to get my engine ready for this kind of game. Like it's an AGA game, and it's like I needed to reorganize the whole engine for this. I thought like, okay, I do another game like Inviyya, but already work on all these things in the background in the engine. And yeah, I have something released a lot sooner than.
That's really smart. Like you can dial in everything that's going on under the hood with Inviyya 2, and then that will make that keeps you in the loop. So you got a new game, and you're working on the engine, and then from that you're going to springboard to Kroger, which it sounds like it's a totally different type of game. If it's a light Metroidvania game, that's much different than a side-scrolling shooter.
Yeah, of course, it's so much more work. There's so many things you have to take into account then.
I feel like we could use a new. Yo, Luke, thank you for the subscription, Luke. Appreciate that. I feel like we could use another like Metroidvania type game on the Amiga. You know, it's we haven't had not too many of the new Amiga games are like light Metroidvania type games. So that's super exciting. When I think of Barbarian games, I think of Barbarian, or it was called Death Sword here in the United States. So you know, it was like a one-on-one combat game. 1v1 combat game, like a Mortal Kombat. Chop the head off,
Oh.
and then the little dude takes the head off the screen. It was awesome. And kick it across the screen. It was great. But I'm glad you're working on a Metroidvania. That rocks. I hear you, Amiga Zorchers Gaming. Non-Amiga PCs stink. Andy Parader, how's it going? Andy Parader, great to see you. Yeah, at Nagram. What's up, Nagram? This game is definitely harder than the original, for sure. You're an OCS guy, got it. Cool. Okay, yeah. So, yo, Richard's here. Spielschreiber. Richard, oh man, love me some Reshooter, Richard. I hope all is going well with Reshoot Proxima 3. Yeah. So Michael is joining us today. This is an AGA game. And it's designed to work on a stock Amiga 1200. Stock Amiga 1200 using AGA. It's great to see you, Richard. It looks awesome. Yeah, it does look awesome. Oh man, this is so cool. Everyone's stoked, man. Everyone's stoked about the game. I'm probably like way behind on the chat. I'm sorry.
Like I always like to say, is like Richard inspired me to code Amiga games with the first reshoot. So always important to say this.
Yeah, totally. Yo, Acid Bottle. Yeah, the with Michael does plan on a big box version again. Yes. What's up? What's up, my illegitimate son? How's it going, dude? Great to see you. Ash rules. Ash rules. That's all I can say. Ash rules. I'm just trying to catch up on all the chat. Sorry, everyone. I want to keep playing the game, but when I play the game, I can't read the chat. Not doing key strategy. Oh, Gray Fox Books has got a great question. Will there be an intro or cutscene between levels to expand on a storyline of the game, or is it just pure arcade action?
That's a good question. Also, I was reading like it's running off, like someone said, oh, it will be running off floppies, and I don't have any idea yet, to be honest. I just use the same system at the moment I used for Inviyya 1. But the thing is, like, these assets will be much more huge for the second game. So I don't think it will be running off floppies. So, but I'm not sure yet how to do it. I think if you do it for CD32, obviously that's not a problem. But for the stock 1200, it might be like something you just have to put on your hard disk. I'm really not sure yet about this. And what was the other question again?
I think you covered it. Everyone's like, all right, let's talk Inviyya 3. Oh, wise guys, vertical shooter, you wise guys. The real Judge, thanks again for the resub. Oh man, I'm so far behind. Griffon, what's up, Griffon? Great to see you. Oh, Kale64 is asking for a deluxe Inviyya boxed collection with both games. That's a cool idea.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
I like it.
I will tell this idea to Seba from Polyplay.
I dig it. Mr. Wolverine DK is asking if you like Project X.
Yeah, I already asked it in the chat. It's like I have to say I'm not a big fan of the game, to be honest.
Not a big Project X fan.
I always see it mentioned somewhere, and I checked it out on YouTube a couple of times, and I can understand it must have been a big impact at the time for people, because the graphics are very you have to always find blending colors in the background, but I really don't like how the objects in the foreground look, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know. I think there's everybody has a different taste in games, so yeah, it's not really my cup of brew, I guess.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I mean, you know what the key is as a game dev, you have to make it interesting for yourself, right? Because if you don't love it, then you're not going to finish it, and you're not going to put your heart and soul into it. So you gotta, I know some folks are like, oh man, it'd be cool if this is OCS, but you already did an OCS game, man, and now you want to try out AGA. So I think that's awesome. Yo, Retro Ralph, thank you so much for the resub. JMA80's got another great question. Is there a possibility of an online high score table? That would be cool. I like the online high score tables. That's a great suggestion too.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah, that's cool. I know Nivrig does that. It's a lot of fun, especially with a shooter like this, where you just want to blast stuff. That'd be fun. Microtransactions. He's joking about that.
Yeah, maybe new ships, like for €40.
Yeah.
Have you heard this thing about the new Gran Turismo? What they were doing? It's so crazy. Like you have to pay $40 for a new car or something. That's so crazy. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, Lady Ilarus, thank you so much for the raid. It's so great to see you, Lady A. I hope you had an awesome stream. Welcome, Lady A Raiders. Lady A, you rock. We are playing Inviyya 2. Brand new demo from Michael Borrmann, creator of Inviyya 1. He's joining us on the stream today. It feels so good to be back at home when I can have guests on and play new games. It feels absolutely amazing. I'm back, Acid Bottle, back in the den. You know it. Ultrastorm's asking what software you use to make the levels.
That's a little bit difficult to answer because what I'm basically using for the collisions in the background is using the editor called Tiled. That's like everybody's using this, I think. But most of the stuff I do is like done through some tools I created myself. Like creating this in C#, and yeah, it's a strange mixture of things I've done myself. There's not like one editor or program that does this.
Yeah, it's a combination of stuff. Like you were saying, use GIMP to do the graphics.
I do GIMP to do the graphics. Like there's Tiled for the background collisions, and like I can paint into this editor like where the collisions are, and yeah, but there's really a lot of like my own tools that are doing this, what you see.
Yo, Whizball71, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. By the way, everyone go follow Lady Ilarus. She's awesome, man. She's you know, if I used to have an Apple II when I was a kid, I had an Apple IIc, Apple IIe. My neighbors had an Apple IIc. And she does awesome Apple streams, man. She's super, super nice. Go give her a follow. And also, Tony Axness, the Amiga Guru blog, thank you for gifting 2 subs to my community. You're absolutely amazing, Tony. I hope you're enjoying the game. I know you're good friends with Michael. And Tony's got an amazing Amiga blog, the Amiga Guru blog. You can see, man, you can see his banner up there on Michael's monitor, Michael's JVC monitor there. Tony's awesome. And he's got his paws in the Amiga community, man. There's not a new game that comes out that doesn't go through Tony's paws, I feel like. Yeah, totally. Amiga Cami says Amiga 500 games need to be able to play from floppy because it was difficult to get a hard drive back then. Speaking of Amiga Cami, Michael, I just want to give her a shout out. Next Sunday, 1 week from today, we are going to announce the winner of the AMI Game Jam. You know, Amiga Cami is the hostess of the AMI Game Jam, and this year.
Yeah, followed that on the English Amiga board. I followed that.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really excited. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. There's so many good entries this year. I can't even imagine how it's gonna go down, man. It's just like everyone wins in my opinion. There's so many good entries. But we'll have Amiga Cami will be on the stream. Glenn will be on the stream, and the plan is to have RJ Michael on the stream as well. Glenn from Glenn Retro Show and RJ Michael. So it's gonna be a banger. Oh man. All right, let's play again, Michael. I'm loving it. I want more. So
how are you thinking about the difficulty of these levels? You're my first beta tester. I have to ask you.
The difficulty. Okay. Difficulty-wise, I mean, I beat it pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's definitely there's like a lot going on the screen, and it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. But
yeah, I know you're a good player, so I was always surprised when I gave you something. It's like how easy you were beating stuff.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yo, Sin Lao thank you so much for the resub. And Sin Lao, dude, I thank you for posting the Devil's Temple pinball game, man. I'm stoked about that one. I've been wanting to play that. Anyway, Sin Lao is awesome in my Discord. He always posts like free games. Anyway, so yeah, I think the difficulty is pretty good. I think, you know what? If the weapon wasn't as strong right off the bat, it would be way harder. But the weapon is really strong, which is cool. Yeah. Like you said, you can just blast stuff. But right off the bat, the weapon is pretty strong. And like the enemies take a lot of hits, which is cool. I like the fact that they're really tough. If I had a weaker gun, I think it'd be cool. I think it would be cool to have like a gun that's a little bit weaker right off the bat. Again, this is you can take my comments and criticism with a grain of salt. This is your game. If you want to start with a triple blast right off the bat, I'm cool with that, man. I'm just gonna fire up and blow some stuff up. But difficulty level, I think it makes it a click too easy with the strong shooter right off the bat. But hey, that's just me. It doesn't mean that everyone's gonna feel the same. I like that you can destroy those shooters, those little guys from the top. There's some that are hard to get to, like that one up there. I can't get to them, so I'm gonna have to deal with them. Overall, I would say it's strange. It feels more difficult than the original. It feels more difficult, yet easier because of the strength of the weapon. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I understand.
And again, this is just a demo, folks. This is just a demo. This first enemy, I think he's good. It's pretty solid. He takes a lot of hits. I like how when he gets over to the left side of the screen, he turns around and fires at you. I thought that was really cool. I think it. Again, I'm just throwing ideas on the whiteboard. You can say Amiga Bill, you're dumb, but I feel like it would be kind of cool if when he like gets smaller, maybe his shields are up. You know, maybe he's got shields and you can't hit him when his shields are down. I think that might make him a little more challenging, because I've got the gun is so strong that even when he crunches down and gets smaller, I can still do a lot of damage to him. I think when he crunches down and gets smaller, he's less vulnerable. When he gets big and he's shooting at you, then he's more vulnerable. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Okay. Noted.
Just ideas. Take them or leave them. The game's awesome. I'm having an absolute blast already. Okay. Pred Sada's got a great. Everyone's saying great work, Michael. The game's awesome. Pred Sada's got a great point. Yo, Sigerborn, thank you for the bits. Sunday fun day, you know it. Pred Zeta, I will shoot less so we can see more of the enemy's potential. I will do that. Whizball, greetings to Germany from New York City. It's great to see you. Everyone's like, we're looking forward to Inviyya 3, a vertical shooter. But you do have Krogar to work on, Michael.
Yeah, Krogar.
Saberman, yo, what's up, Saberman? Saberman's got a great question. Will there be an Inviyya 2 downloadable demo?
Yeah, that's in the works. I didn't want to release this thing as a demo because the music is not new and there's still some glitches in it, I think. And but I hope in the next month there will be something. I will. You can see this on my Facebook page. I will announce it there, and yeah. So yeah, there will be a demo.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna be stoked with demo. All right, I'm gonna have to shoot a little bit here, my man Pred Zeta. I'm gonna try not to shoot too much. I'm trying not to shoot here, Pred Zeta. He wants to see the full potential of the enemies. Pred Zeta, not shooting is a tough strategy. I'm not gonna lie. I'll only shoot when absolutely. Hey, to be honest, that's kind of a fun. I'm dead already. I'm gonna try that again. Yeah, JMA says don't go crazy with the difficulty. We don't have Bill's mad skills. I still haven't finished Inviyya 1. I am what I am. I feel like there's so many people out there who are better than I am. I'm just maybe slightly above average gamer. I don't know. I don't know how to rate my own skills. There's some games I'm good at, some games I'm really not good at. So it just kind of depends on the game.
There was also one of the most interesting things for me. You get a lot of feedback when you release a game, and there were two things that were a little bit confusing for me. It was you had people that were playing through the first game in the first try, and it was what, really? And there were people they never made it. They never even were able to finish the first stage, which is also interesting for me.
Wow, yes.
There's such a huge difference of skill and in the user base. So okay, that's interesting. The other thing, which is kind of funny for me because I can see this, it's different people have different tastes. Some people said, "Oh wow, the music is so great." Other people said "Oh, this is the worst music I ever heard." So I was okay, probably the truth is somewhere in the middle, so I can live with that.
Yeah, here's the thing. When you create a piece of artwork, which is what, in my opinion, a video game is a piece of artwork, you can't please everyone. So the most important thing to do is do what's in your heart, please yourself. Because if you please yourself and you make something that you're proud of, there's going to be other people out there who connect with you, and you'll be pleasing them. I feel like that's what you got to do. Because if you listen to everyone's opinion, then you're making a game by committee, and when you make something by committee, it always comes out being average. You'll never make anything if you listen to everyone. If you take everyone's advice, the game will end up average. You know, like, 'cause a lot of times, like in my business, like when I'm working on a show or something, if there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen and you take everyone's advice, it comes out average, because sometimes you just need one person with a vision. And you know what? Some people might not like that vision, but the people who do like that vision are totally on board. You know, so it's important. It's important to get everyone's feedback and listen. But at the same time, you have to stay true to your vision. You have to know what you want and stay true to your vision. You can't please everybody.
But the thing is, like, if everybody would have said, "Oh wow, that music is really crap," I would have said, "Okay, maybe there's something to it." But it was really so mixed. Like, some people said it's amazing, it's awesome. Some other people said, like, "Oh wow, I cannot really listen to this. It's horrible." I guess most people are somewhere in the middle and kind of like it. So yeah, I could live with that. It's like something I could, like, what to say in English. I could make, like, my own judgment on this, like where this stands.
When it comes to music, man, there's I mean, you know, some people like jazz, some people like classical, some people like electronic. There's no way you'll please everyone.
Yeah.
I think the music's awesome. I mean, I'm not saying that just because you're on my stream. I think it's really cool. Maybe if you, you know, if you're going for like a rock'em sock'em blaster, like no holds barred, maybe something like fast paced. I think of metal. You know what I mean? Like, I just like, if I start out with a really strong weapon and it's like time to go and just like kill as many things as possible, I want some metal. I want some Lemmy. You know, I want some Motorhead. I want lots of fast guitars. Let's go. You know. But I think the music in Inviyya is fantastic, as well as the graphics. And I'm loving the color palette in this too. I love the cyan. Yeah, Terrible Fire says, don't listen to the most vocal Amiga critics. They're all wrong. So yeah, it's true. Some people, sometimes the vocal ones aren't necessarily the right ones, you know. D Mackie, you like the music? Totally. No worries, Tony. I hope you have a great night. You can't please everybody. Exactly. You have to be the filter. Yeah, when you're the game developer, you know, or the director, you just kind of have to stick to your vision. You know, you have to know what you want, and I know and accept that you can't please everyone. It's hard, man. It's hard, man, because, like, you know, like, you put a year of your life into a game, or you put a year of your life into a TV show. Like, you put your heart and soul into it, and you're trying to make, like, the best thing that you possibly can. And, like, if it doesn't resonate with someone, like, it's a bummer, man. Like, it hurts. But I think, I mean, from what I've heard, like all the buzz that I've heard in the Amiga community, like, people love Inviyya. It's so good. I love it. I think it's so good. Like I said, it's one of my favorite games, period. I don't care 1985 or 2021. You know, like, it's one of my favorite games. Oh, great. Guy Later, you got some good questions. How many copies do you hope to sell? I don't know. You don't have to say if you don't want to, Michael, but he's asking how many copies do you hope to sell, and how many did Inviyya 1 sell?
I can put this in another way. There's, like, what I think is, like, you have around 500 people in the Amiga community that are buying games, but I think some of them, like, are really cool and buy, like, a digital version, or, like, also a boxed version, or some of them buy everything. So yeah, you can make your own, like, calculation from this, but I think it's around 500 people is what I would say. 500,
like, hardcore Amiga gamers.
I think so. That's what you have to. If somebody of you, like, plans to create a game for the Amiga, that's, like, what you can calculate with.
That's that's definitely hobby time. You're not going to get rich off that. Nah. So that's another thing, like, that people, maybe, I don't know if they realize or not, but, you know, you have to take into consideration, like, all the Amiga game devs, in my opinion, are doing it for the love. They're all doing it for the love. You know, it's not like you're gonna be able to do this full time.
No, I think nobody's getting rich with this stuff. It's really just passion, like creating something for your good old Amiga that you had a great time with when you're a teen or something. So yeah. Also, I really like pixel stuff, making music, coding. So for me, it's a little bit like there's a few hobbies of mine that I can compress into one thing. So yeah, it's great. I love doing this.
Trapshot Live is hugging his boxed Amiga Inviyya version. I'm gonna hug it too. I love it. This really is it's a work of art. That box is amazing. Yeah, brother Bill says, who says they don't like Inviyya? Canceled. Oh man, yeah. Amiga Cammy says 15 to 20 years ago, all the criticism was negative if someone was trying to make an Amiga game. Yeah, fortunately, things have changed. You know, I think it's rad to make Amiga games, and I think it's cool. Like folks like the Bitbeam Canon, you know, Metro Siege team, Alpine 9000, and John Chuck Harris. That's a kind of an interesting model. You know, they're making it for an original Amiga, but they also plan on selling it on Steam because, you know, the kids these days love these pixel art games. Maybe you want to think about something like that too, Michael. You never know. You put this up on Steam, you open yourself up to like an incredible audience. Even if you sell it, I'm not trying to like diminish the value of it. But even if you sell it for like a couple of bucks, when you have that many people on Steam, you know, maybe you'll get some more money. You know, it could be cool. I know making a version is not for a PC version's harder, but but it's kind of a cool business model that they have. How they're like, we're making this game to run on the Amiga, but we're also gonna allow it to run on Steam, which is kind of cool.
There's also the idea at the moment to get this released on the Neo Geo.
Neo Geo, cool.
Neo Geo, yeah. I've there's already a demo running of this, so this works. But the problems I see there is the actual hardware of creating a cartridge is so difficult on this machine, and with all these problems over the last 2 years, and I think it's probably getting more difficult even now. To get cartridges getting fabricated. So I'm not sure yet of how this will turn out. Yeah, but it will definitely work. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the thing. So Neo Geo's plan, maybe you could also do this on the Mega Drive, I think. And it's like I have to see like how this turns out. Maybe I will really do something like a Steam version, or even put it on a Switch or something. I don't know yet.
Oh, indie games on the Switch are super popular. That's another.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I know somebody who did this, and he's quite happy with the outcome.
Richard says maybe the Amiga 500 Mini, the A500 Mini will help the market grow, so creators can potentially sell more than 300 to 500 copies. Hopefully, Richard, that'd be amazing, man. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, hopefully, but you never know.
You were thinking it was closer to 1,000, but it's interesting because I didn't know how many people actually buy Amiga games either. That's really cool. Predsata buys almost all the new Amiga games. I try and buy them too. The thing is, I live in New York, so sometimes I can't always buy the physical edition, but I always buy the digital edition. And like whenever I play a game on the stream, if it happens to be like on an itch.io, like I always buy it to play it on the stream. Just to, you know, it's like people put up their games on itch for like $1. It's like I'm not gonna just download it for free and play it on my stream. Like I'm at least gonna give you your minimum donation, you know. And then when the game's finished, I'll buy it. So I try and buy everything too. That's a really good call, Predsata. The only Amiga game poster I have is Inviyya, and I hung it on the wall. Nice, D-Mackie. I love it. Nifrig would love to sell 300.
I need to get some beer. Just a moment.
Do it. Nifrig, your games deserve to sell 300 copies. Dodgy Rock's one of the most addictive games of all time. Get out of there, Red Giant. What is this? My Mac was trying, my Red Giant Magic Belt was trying to upgrade. 1,000 is the goal for most, says Tony. Got it. 1,000, yeah, totally. The Amiga's starting to get that new game action going, like the Commodore 64 is enjoyed. Right on, Amiga's retro gaming. Trapshot Live, hugging the Turbo Tomato box. I dig it. Brother Bill wants this game now. It's so good. It's so good. Fuzz, Amiga lives. You just have to try that. The Amiga will still be an expression in 100 years and even further. I would love to come back in 100 years and see if the Amiga's still alive. If there's anything I can do to make that happen, I'm in. Oh, you know, it could be cool if games were released and bundled with WinUAE. Yeah, that'd be cool, LaserMink, totally. KL64 has got a good question. Would it be viable to port this to run on the Vampire V4 standalone, utilizing the benefits of the Super AGA chipset?
Viable is in this context like the question if like how many people would buy this, you know? Like, it's running probably on the V4, or it's like, I know it's running on Vampire cards because I'm testing this on the 1200 with a Vampire card. So, yeah, the thing is, like, would anybody like buy it just because it's on a Vampire? I don't think so.
Right.
Or it's only a very few people, I guess. So, I don't know. If you think otherwise, do a Kickstarter.
Thanks, Punic.
No.
Thanks, Punic. Yo, Melvid01, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate that very, very much, Melvid. Thank you so much. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. I'm Bill, and we are playing a demo of Inviyya 2, the latest game from Michael Borrmann, also known as Tiger Skunk. It's a side-scrolling shooter sequel to Inviyya. It's his in-between game, because he's also working on another Metroidvania-like game called
Kroger.
So he's dialing in the engine, tuning it up, greasing it up, putting a little oil, little grease, and Inviyya 2. So he's gonna release Inviyya 2 in the meantime between Inviyya 1 and Kroger, which is gonna be amazing. Oh, are there any cheats or Easter eggs hidden? Punic is asking.
Nah, it's just it's just a demo at the moment. There's nothing hidden.
Will there be any cheats or like I think maybe some folks weren't here at the top of the stream. You were talking about you know the trainer being built in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So Michael was saying
yeah,
that.
that's the idea. That's the idea. Just putting a trainer in at the right beginning, because like what's the use of not putting this in? If those people who need a trainer just need to download it somewhere else, so I can put it in myself. It's not complicated. Actually, there is a trainer in the game, because when I tested, of course, I'm using like some things where I can just put, okay, I'm invincible, like I cannot be shot or stuff like this. So I can just put this in a menu at the start. It's not really a huge problem for me.
I think
So
that's really
yeah,
cool. I wish
why-
Shadow of the Beast had a trainer built in when I was a kid. Rabenstein. Yo, Pred Zeta, we can go to class if you want. We can go to class if you want. What's up, Dadler? Great to see you, Dadler.
It's kind of stupid if like the better version of the game is the one you download on some shady website.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna try and do it. I like how Hazemaker says it's a pacifist run. But I'm trying. Yeah, like not shooting.
There was like, for me, there was like a design goal for the first Inviyya. You could there were like almost not need to shoot any enemies, and could just with good positioning get through the game. And there's like you can make this on the first game through like a lot of time. You can just position yourself right and don't need to shoot anything.
I wish I was that good, Michael. I'm trying, but it's not. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on here in Inviyya 2.
But this game, I think it's not possible anymore, because there's too much stuff shooting at you at the same time.
There's a lot. See, I got these guys. I have to shoot now, otherwise I have no choice. I mean, maybe someone who's really good could do it. I'm trying to sneak under here, but look at that! Look at that little sneak attack there. I'm gonna hide out down here. Let's see how this guy. I think. Let's see if I can just not shoot this enemy. I like how this guy's kind of like a mini boss. I think that's really cool. Oh man, I tried to sneak in there.
Actually, I wanted to do like a different end boss, but I just didn't have the time. So like a few days ago, I just did take this guy and put it in the end. So I think the end boss of this level will be very different from what you see now.
Oh, very cool.
Not just the same guy repeated 2 times.
I like oh right, because right now the mini boss and the boss are basically the same. Protech, what's up, Protech? All right, let's see how far I can get without shooting too much. It's very difficult in this one because there's so many bullets, especially I don't know what you call it. I have to check the manual, but those guys up there, those guys are tough. Like the ones that have the they shoot a lot of bullets. They have the gun in the center, and then the two deals on the top and the bottom. It's not shooting is tough. It's kind of cool. You know, Michael, I had a teacher in high school, a physics teacher, and And it was most of the choice, like usually you do like a multiple choice test where it's like, you know, he would give you like some kind of challenge, some kind of equation, and then you have to choose A, B, or C. If you got every single question wrong, then he would count it as a 100% score, as if you got all of them right. But if you got one of them right, then you end up getting like a 5 or a 10. So it was a gamble, and you really had to know your stuff, because in order to make sure you got everyone wrong, you kind of had to know the answer. So it was pretty cool. I feel like that's what this is like, trying not to shoot. I don't know what these pokes are. I know pokes and peaks in like Atari Basic, right?
And the C64.
And the C64 uses pokes and peaks too. Got it. Oh man, see, this is tough down here. I love how those enemies they start in like a they're just kind of chilling out and they charge at you. The pacifist run is really hard. Oh, Retrotech Dan, how's it going? Retrotech Dan, I am going to VCF East. That's the plan. I'm going to VCF East, and I will be there with Adam Spring, the Remotely Interested podcast. I'll be there with Ravi Abbott from the Retro Hour podcast. Anthony Becker, my old partner in crime, will be there. Brother Bill will be there. It's gonna be pretty epic. It's gonna be epic, folks. I'm definitely gonna do. I don't know if I can stream from there, but is there gonna be a WCS East? You mean like Westchester Amiga User Group? I'm not sure what WCS is, but VCF East is gonna be pretty epic. You know, maybe I'll do a Westchester Amiga User Group party this summer. We'll see. It's been really hard because I've been away from home so much. Normally I like to do one in June, but there's a lot of stuff going on in my career right now. I'm not sure what my status is, to be totally honest. Oh, Del Mort 78, what's going on? Yo, Purple Haze, I have to make a game with Scorpion Engine. I gotta try it. I would like to. Oh, WC East is where you live. Got it, Prince Ada. Retrotech Dan. Oh, you gotta definitely come say hi. I'm debating. You know, I was debating because usually Anthony and I do like a big exhibit there. I think this year I might still do an exhibit just so I have an Amiga there. I'll probably bring this one. I'll show off the Solus board from Rob Cranley. I'll show off the GoX drive. I'll probably just bring one Amiga and keep it chill because I also want to have a good time, if you know what I mean. Well, Brother Bill, the only problem streaming it is the internet connection. Is there a special bonus for playing as a pacifist? What's up, Seplone Amiga, Club Amiga VIP Lounge? No, there's no special bonus. But Pred Seda asked if I could play as a pacifist so he could see all the enemies.
Actually, I had the idea of like putting into the like achievements into the game. So like if you meet certain conditions, you get a check mark.
Cool. Stuart Johnson 610. Stuart, it's so good to see you, buddy. Man, Stuart, you're such an awesome guy. I love coming on here on Sundays and seeing my friends. It makes me feel amazing. Stu, I hope all's well, dude. Yeah, I want to do a Westchester Amiga User Group meetup in person really badly. It's just man, I've been lucky just to get these streams in, to be honest. It's been rough. I mean, in a good way, I guess. Busy's good. It's just not easy. All right, these little guys. Let's see. Go on to this teardrop. Whenever those look like teardrops, it reminds me of Massive Attack. That's one of my favorite songs. Teardrops one of my favorite songs of all time. Every time I see that little teardrop coming, I think of the Massive Attack song. Oh, I'm in trouble down there. I gotta get my boundary set. Yo, Luxer5, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you very, very much. Delmort, you sold your spare boxed Amiga 1000 yesterday. Been sitting in the cupboard for over a year, so you thought you let someone give it some love. That's cool. That's cool. Cheers, Terrible Fire. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on that. Stuart Johnson, I've been working on a show. It's only a working title right now, but it's I don't know what it's actually going to be called. But it's a show on Disney Plus with Jeremy Renner. I'm allowed to say that. Combine some of the mechanics of dodgy rocks with Inviyya. Great points for passing enemies. Get more points for a close passing. Oh wow, that would be crazy, Captain John. I like it. I like it. I'm really hoping to go to Amiga Germany. I hope I can make that happen. You know, like when it comes to like VCF East, I was just like, you know what? I've been working so much. Like I'm making it a point to go to VCF East because I need to do something fun for myself with Amiga. I mean, of course the streams are fun, but I want to go to an event really badly. So I'm like, you know what? I've been working enough where it's like, barring a major job, I'm just going to VCF East no matter what. And that's kind of how I feel with Amiga Germany too. I want to go so badly. Alright. See, you know what I like, Michael? Another mechanic I really like. I like how you can hide behind those objects. So I was like hiding behind whatever that was in the center of the screen. I think it would be kind of cool. A pacifist run would be cool. Like I'm gonna have to shoot at some point, but if it kept track of how many bullets I shot, and the fewer bullets you shoot, the more bonus points you get. I like it.
True.
I'm trying to shoot as little as possible here, folks. Oh man, see, you gotta watch those suckers from behind, man. Those guys are nasty. And in Inviyya 2, you gotta play the center of the screen. You gotta play the center. Oh, you need a rejuvenator board? Totally. You've got a PlayStation 1 shooter like that with bonus points for close passing? That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Cool. I think I'm gonna call up on the chat for once. That's amazing. Michael, I'm loving the game, dude. I'm loving it. I want more. I want more. I want 7 levels. I say nuke the site from the orbit. Do you want me just to, you want me to go full throttle Pred Zeta and just be like free, like let's go, like put on the heavy metal, and I'm gonna see if I can kill everything. Kill everything like God sorted out, you know? Like the Marines. No, Sepp Lemon Amiga has got a great point. No, Inviyya 2 is not ready for download. Inviyya 2 is ready for a demo. Inviyya 2 Michael's gonna release a demo. Inviyya 2 will be available at the end of the year. The plan is end of the year, but you know, like Michael's doing this in his spare time. So it's he's planning on end of the year, but it could be early 2023. See, that would be pretty wild, Michael. If like when the enemy crunches up like that, it'd be pretty wild if they don't take damage, and they only take damage when they open up and can shoot you. Of course, it would make it way harder. And that ship reminds me of Inviyya 1. I love these little mini soldiers. They're very cool. Christmas 2022, you know it. Surgis likes the palette a lot. Yeah, me too, Surgis. You know, Surgis Morpheus. I really love like the teal cyan colors combined with the reds. It looks really, really cool. Raster Interrupt says, huge thanks to Michael for working on games for the Amiga. I agree, Raster Interrupt. And he wants to know, what's the story behind your nickname, Tiger Skunk?
Oh, that's a good one. I had the same story like last days. Because there's actually my girlfriend came up with it, and a couple of years ago, and I just used this because I found it funny. But she didn't know that I used this for my games as a nickname. So, but a few days ago, she found out when she found like I showed her, yeah, look, this is the box set of Inviyya. I created this. I showed this to her, and she said, "Oh no, there's Tiger Skunk on the box."
It's funny. It reminds me of like a Volkswagen Tiguan, because I worked for Volkswagen for a while, and they said that the name Tiguan is a tiger and an iguana. They're like, what if you had like a creature that was half tiger, half iguana, and that's how they made the Tiguan. Yeah,
that's it's also like we have a little son that's like 2 years old now, and he's the little skunk.
The little skunk, I love it.
It's the baby skunk.
That little stinker. Oh man, a tiger and a skunk, I dig it. That little stinker. I was a little stinker. Now I'm a big stinker.
Stinker family.
Yeah, totally.
Mm.
Oh man, Michael, the game is phenomenal, dude. I love it. I just want more. I can't wait. I can't wait to play more.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And you know what's really cool too is that it feels familiar. Like I've played Inviyya quite a few times now, and this is an Inviyya game. It stays true to the brand.
But it's also very different, isn't it?
It's very it's different, but it stays true to the brand.
Yeah.
This guy. I really like how he turns like that and fires. That's cool. Stink 'em up, Sin Lao. You know it. Hilarious. Oh, M-Forcer's got a great question. How many hours have gone into the original Inviyya?
That's very difficult to answer, but I think a really, really, really huge amount of hours because this went over 5 years, almost like 4.5 years. It's like not. I didn't code on this the whole time, but like there were like 2 times I didn't code on again for like half a year. But like I don't know, it's really many, many hours. People underestimate how much work goes into like creating one game. That's really crazy, especially for the Amiga, which is a difficult platform because you have to do most of the stuff yourself. You know, there's something like the Neo Geo or Mega Drive or like these consoles are so much easier to code for because they have so powerful sprite engines that do most of the stuff for you. So, but on the Amiga, you really have to think a lot about how to create some effects that you do. It's like what you see here on the screen, for instance, that's also not the normal screen mode, I would say. So there's some trickery involved, like how to create this parallax with these many colors in the foreground and also in the background. Yeah, that's like you're always doing some. But that's the interesting thing about the Amiga, like to come up with ideas that no one has tried before, or maybe not done before. And yeah, but that's the cool thing, but it's also like the curse of the Amiga. it's like to get the most out of it, you really have to think and to create something different, I would say. Yeah. Whereas on the Neo Geo, it's like it's quite set what you can do with it. It's like, and that's why all Neo Geo games look quite powerful. Like there's lots of stuff going on, but in the end, it's also like very like set in stone what you can do there. It's like this.
Not as much flexibility.
Yeah, not as much flexibility. It's like basically you have what you have, and there's not much you can do tricks with. But on the Amiga, everything you see almost is a trick. You know, there's always some cool idea you have or something like somebody is doing different in a way. And yeah, that's interesting stuff on the Amiga. So yeah, that's also something I really like when somebody else like Richard does with Reshooter or what Graham does with his games, so like Devil's Temple now. There's always some interesting ideas I see that are different, you know. So like maybe nobody has done before, or I can appreciate this stuff. So yeah, that's for me the interesting part of the Amiga scene is like all this creativity you see there in creating or like using the Amiga in a way that has not been done before. So that's something you only have on the Amiga and no other platform, or like at least the platforms I know or I'm involved with. So yeah, that's really cool. I think you maybe might have something like this on a C64, because it's also like a very flexible machine. But yeah, that's something really that's cool on the Amiga. You have all these different ways to get something out of it nobody has thought before to do. So that's what I like about it.
That must keep it exciting for you guys, the game devs. You know, the fact that there's like I'm not gonna say infinite, but so many ways to do something. It keeps your creativity sharp, and it always allows to see something new, right?
Yeah, it's really, somebody's Hazemaker64 is asking an interesting question here. The Neo Geo version, if it will be built from scratch or running the Amiga version, and the thing is, it's actually like almost the same game because like they're both 68K machines, so you can use the same code there. There's like the thing is, what you see here is for the Amiga is I think kind of difficult to put out in this way, but it's on the Neo Geo is actually not difficult. It's really like standard what you see here. So I can just use a graphics wrapper around this to display the same game on the Neo Geo. So it's basically like you code like the engine for both platforms in a way. And you have some specialized classes that take care of like the output of if it's on the Amiga or on the Neo Geo or like any other platform that's 68K.
Interesting. I didn't know that it was that simple to do Amiga to Neo Geo conversion. That's pretty cool. So I got a question for you. It took you almost 4 years to make the amazing original Inviyya, but this one you're hoping to get out by the end of 2022, maybe beginning of 2023. Like, do you think that's possible? Is it possible because you've already worked out the engine and now you're just refining it? Is that how you can get it out so fast?
Yeah, that's basically it. It's the thing is creating all this stuff in your first run is really time consuming. And I always like to talk about the high school list because I hated coding this so much. And it took me such a long time because I was always thinking, oh no, I don't want to like do this sorting stuff and things in assembler, which was a horror for me. Yeah, but now I have all these routines and I can just use them. So everything is existing. Everything is kind of, I call it kind of dynamic on my first run. And yeah, I can just reuse it. It usually takes me a day to put this into the new game. Sometimes it runs really like on first try. Sometimes I have to change a few bits, but in the end, it's like everything's there that I can use. Usually I clean up stuff a little bit. So because on the first game, there were a lot of things that I had to do manually, like put into values of how an enemy behaves or something. And now I changed a lot of things to make creating a new game much more easy. It's like I created my own kind of script language, how enemies behave and fly around. Before I was coding everything into assembler each and every time.
Oh my god!
For every and it was really like a shitloads of work. But now it's just like putting some values somewhere, and I can do some very complicated behavior stuff. But yeah, it's like how to say.
You've already got a good foundation for this, so it's gonna go a lot faster.
Got a good foundation, and I made it even better now for the new game. And this was also something I needed to do in order to get something like Clover running, which will be a much more complicated game, and then it's not possible to hard code everything into the game for each and every object you have. So, which was kind of the case for the first year, and yeah, that's something. I think it's much more easier now to create stuff. Because like when I made a new enemy for the first game, it took me like 1 or 2 hours like to get everything running, and it's like showing up in the game and in the level, and now it takes me like 5 minutes or something. It's really so different now. Also a lot of other stuff where I just have to push a button, everything gets like created in one build, and not only for the Amiga but also for the Neo Geo. And yeah, it's really different now. So, but it took me a few months to change everything from the first game to the second game.
Did you do everything in assembly on this? 100% assembly?
This is 100% assembly.
Yeah.
But there's like all the tools I create in the background that like take these graphics and put them into planar graphics and something. Like create the whole level. That's all done in C#. it's like a
So it ends up as assembly, but the tools you use other tools.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything ends up in assembly. The 68K assembly on the Amiga.
That's, I mean, it's part of the reason why it runs so smooth. I think that's how you got such a great looking game on the with the original on the Amiga 500.
I just reading the chat now.
Yeah, I have to catch up. I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah.
I'm too into it. I'm too into it, Michael. I'm hooked. Yo, what's up, Tech Girl? Great to see you. Take care, Whizball. I mean, I hope I come to Amiga 37 too. I want to come really badly. It's been a long time since I've been in Germany. Joe Ski Rock, the founding father of the Amiga Bill Sub Club. I think, Joe Ski, I'm pretty sure you're my first Twitch subscriber. Pretty sure. I don't know if there's a way to find that out, but I'm pretty sure you were numero uno, Joe Ski. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're feeling good. Hope your grandkids are good. Joe Ski, it's awesome to see you, brother. Oh, I love just cleaning these out. Everyone's saying fantastic work, Michael. It's so good, and I couldn't agree more. Oh no. You know, I do like how you're invincible when you respawn. That's a cool feature.
Yeah, this was also one of the, like I told before, it was like I wanted to have this flow running. Like it's like in the first game, when you died, you have to do all the level again almost. So I think like, yeah, I just wanted to make this more fun. It makes probably the level more easier, but you can get a lot like more into the level without actually playing too well. But dying doesn't take you out of the game like in the first game.
Yeah, no, I think that's really cool. I like that a lot. When you die in the first game, like you can get to like level 3 or something, and you start dying, and it's like, oh man, I'm just gonna have to wipe because I get too weak. Stallone says, what's up, Stallone? Michael, you're such a great and nice guy. I agree, Stallone, totally. Michael rules. D Mackey says, fantastic work, my friend. Oh yeah, M-Forcer, amazing to think that these games were all done by one man alone. I know, isn't that crazy? But this is one dude, you're looking at him right now, Michael Borrmann, man, this is his baby, it's amazing.
The old skunk.
Yo, Banjo Guy Ollie, how's it going, Banjo Guy? I know, this game does look amazing, right? And it looks amazing, it plays amazing. What's up, Vamped Amiga? The Gradius Trap, exactly, I know. Like, when the Gradius is tough, man. When you lose your power-ups in Gradius, it's brutal. It's so great to see you, Vamped Amiga, Tech Girl, Banjo Guy Ollie. The game's looking sweet. The Oasis BBS. Thank you so much for the follow, the Oasis BBS. Love me some BBSs. I used to dial on the BBSs. I had a 1200 baud modem on my Amiga. I had like the one that, you know, that fits on the side of the 1000. That's a good modem. I used to love that one. And then I had a 300 baud on my Atari 800. I had a, and then I upgraded to like a Haze 2400, a purple Haze 2400 on my Amiga. Boom. Boom. I love clearing these suckers out. I love the powerful gun. This triple shot is good. Triple shot was my favorite in Inviyya as well.
Oops. Okay.
What do you want to do next, Michael? I mean, anyone else have any questions for Michael? Anything else you want to add, Michael? Do you want to play some original Inviyya? You want to have another beer? I don't know. What do you want to do? This is awesome. I'm chilling today. I'm trying to learn how to stream again because I'm back home and I forgot how to use all my equipment. Oh, Steph Lemon Me's got a question. Let's see if I can read it without getting killed. Are there any, Inviyya 2 looks awesome, are there any demos available to download?
No, unfortunately not. Like I said before, it will. I hope over the next month I will be able to release a demo of this, and yeah, I will announce this on my Facebook site probably, and also probably on the usual suspects like your show. I hope. And
of course.
maybe on Indie Retro News, where you also find a nice little article about the new game today. And yeah, probably like up on my Facebook page, you'll see the news on this game. I will also like post some updates now regularly, which I didn't do until now, because I wanted this to be a little bit of a surprise and show everything at once.
Very, very cool. Great question, Sep. Sakanako, how's it going? Yeah, Vamped Amiga's loving Inviyya too. Oh yeah, you had to do 2 phone lines and to do modem testing. Yeah, I remember that, Oram. Oh man, I wish I had 2 lines. That was crazy. Luke says, thanks a lot for today's stream. Inviyya feels modern. Love it. See you guys later. Take care, Luke. Thanks for hanging, dude. Amiga Cami is asking, Michael, would you consider releasing a budget version of the first Inviyya game, like a re-release?
Yeah, but the boxed version or the...
No, a budget version. So like if you can't afford the box version, is there a budget version that you could buy?
Like with less enemies?
Less, you as a pay per enemy usage.
I don't know.
Predator says Inviyya 2, Reshoot, Proxima 3, and Boss Machine is going to be hard competition. It's going to be so good. I mean, how lucky are we to have all 3 games, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's really cool because everybody's like doing a little bit different things, and everybody's like, how to say, widen the scope of what you can do on the Amiga. I think it's really nice. Yeah, but it will probably be my last shooter, so.
I'm excited for the Metroidvania. We could use one.
Yeah, it's like I would do different games now. So many ideas now. Really, I probably wouldn't have even done the second shooter if it wasn't for this intermediate step until I get to program.
Totally.
So, yeah, having a lot of fun with it, so I think it's okay.
Oh, I don't have a link handy for Amiga 37. That's a great question. If anyone has a link to Amiga 37, feel free to drop in the link. Also, Michael, feel free to drop a link to your Facebook page so folks can keep up to date with the development of Inviyya too. It's like INVIYYA on Facebook, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Inviyya, baby.
And also, I will be at Amiga 37, and I think you will be able to play a lot of the game there, I guess. Yeah.
Oh man, I hope I can make it, Michael. It'd be awesome. We gotta crack some beers together in real life, you know?
Please. It's like the word brewski I heard the first time on the Cobra Kai, you know that series.
I love the Cobra Kai. It's so good.
Yeah, that was like the last season. There was like this guy, like the Kreese. There was this other master, and he said, "Oh yeah, I have some brewskis for you." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh man, Cobra Kai is amazing. They did a great job with that series. I'm a huge, Karate Kid fan from the '80s, so they really knocked it out of the park with that one. I like that enemy too, the one with the blue head and like the blue-headed enemy. That's cool. Like it looks like it's not a spaceship. Oh, an Inviyya black T-shirt. I like the idea of that. You know what would be cool? A shirt like this with all like the enemies on Inviyya. How cool would that be? Instead of the Galaga enemies, dude. Because the Inviyya, let's be honest, the Inviyya enemies are better. Let's be honest.
And also like the Inviyya logo, but more metal.
Yeah. Mike, I'm telling you, Michael. I'm thinking like this game might want some like heavy metal. I feel like this game's all about blasting and like no holds barred. Just shoot everything, kill it. You don't need strategy. The strategy is kill them all, let God sort them out. I want some metal in this game. Ha! You'll be at Amiga 37 but getting drunk with Chucky. That's awesome. Only nutters dislike Cobra Kai. Yeah, I know. It's so good. It's so good. Should we just throw on some? Oh, Stallone, thank you for dropping the link in the chat. Appreciate that. Mixels Lab, you love the game's palette so far. Mixels, I hope your game's coming out good too. Oh, Amiga Love. Amiga Love said, need me some Inviyya black T-shirt thread. Amiga Love, my man, hold on. Amiga Love, look where I am. I'm home. I'm home, Amiga Love.
I'm
a
huge fan.
I tell you what.
A huge of Amiga Love's YouTube channel. He's having a lot of really nice videos there, so please check them out. And learned a lot about the Amiga 1000 from him. So which I have, and I think I don't use enough, but it's really nice to see like this really, really retro thing with the Amiga 1000. And yeah, Amiga Love is doing this, so yeah.
Amiga Love is the man. Amiga Love is the Amiga 1000 man. He's a great guy. He runs AmigaLove.com, and he's got an awesome YouTube channel. Everyone go check out. Amiga .com. Woo! Double trouble there, Amiga Love. Woo! .com, baby. Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. You would golly wear a shirt with that Levels background on it. It's so good. The Tunnel of Amiga Love. You know, Trap Shot. You want to put on some OG Inviyya? You know? Why not, right, Michael? A little OG Inviyya?
Excuse me?
Put on.
Yeah. Let's do it.
let's play it. Why not? Why not?
Play the old shit.
I'm gonna need a new beer very soon too. Amiga Love, that was amazing, right? Double trouble, baby. Amiga Love is the rejuvenator of the rejuvenator. You know it, Oram. Amiga Love, I still love the thing I made back in 2020, you know, with the old school Kiki stock hammer video toaster transition. Let's see how much Bill improved on the OG. Enforcer, I haven't played the OG since I beat it last time. So I'm totally rusty. I'm about as rusty as my brake pads, because the brake pads in my car, I had to get my car inspected when I got home yesterday, and they were like, dude, you gotta drive this car because it's just rusting out. At first there was nothing.
Let's see if it still runs.
Inviyya. Alright. I changed my cropping, folks. Hold on a second here. There we go. Something like this. We'll see. Alright. So, you know, like here, so you have weapons upgrades and speed upgrades. I'm assuming you're going to have something like that in Inviyya 2 as well, right? You're going to have the upgrades as well. I know you're going to start off with a strong gun in Inviyya 2, but you'll still have upgrades, right, Michael? So look at this little pea shooter I got now. Oh, man. This little pea shooter. I got an upgrade.
Yeah, there it is.
Inviyya 2, it's like guns blazing right out the gate. This is like, what is this little rascal I'm shooting out? It's literally like, it's like a straw and a pea. I thought there was a weapons upgrade. Maybe I didn't kill everyone in time. I thought there was a weapons upgrade coming.
Yeah,
there should have been, right? There we go. The red is the weapons and the blue is the speed.
Like after these guys, like on the upper. Yeah, there it is.
Alright, there we go. There we go. Michael, this game is amazing. I love it. I love both Inviyyas. I can't wait to see Inviyya 2, you know, once you start getting dialed in. I'm seeing there's like lots of levels like of parallax scrolling here, which looks beautiful. Do you plan on doing some of that in Inviyya 2 as well? There's so many layers.
Maybe. It's of course it's possible, but there's like maybe some restrictions with this, like on my new, like how I do these parallax layers. You see in this part, it's not the whole screen. You see, there's a reason for this. Why you're not seeing this done on the whole screen, while the second game does the parallax on the whole screen.
Got it. Oh, I didn't notice that. Cause this is like you're looking into like a window almost.
Like for those guys, like there were some people, or like one guy who said, "Oh yeah, you can do the second game on an Amiga 500." I think this is like an Amiga 500 looks. I think there's some differences, like how the second game looks to this.
It makes sense. But I gotta be honest, like it's I'm playing vintage games. it's amazing that this runs on an Amiga 500. It blows me away, Michael. Like it's when you think about it, it's just like holy crap. This is like an Amiga 500. It's pretty crazy. See, I got a little upgrade. Now the trick to this level. Now in Inviyya 2, you have to watch out from those guys that got you from behind. Inviyya 2 on Inviyya 1 on level 2, you have to watch out for the monsters coming from the top. Or is that level 3? Oh, there it is. See that? See that hole up there? Oh man, that's nasty. That'll get you. Watch that worm. The worms. There's that worm. Those worms come out, man. They're nasty. Those worms will get you. There's another one there. I see you up there, worm. I'm gonna avoid you. Oh, I love lasers. Lasers rule. I'm stuck there. Okay, cool. Got him. Got out of that trouble. Right off the bat, you know, I haven't played Inviyya 1. I haven't played it in a long time, Michael. And it's definitely the speed. I'm just comparing and contrasting to Inviyya 2. Inviyya 2, right, it's like so much more hectic right off the bat.
Yeah, because it's also the level is scrolling at the double speed of the in Inviyya 2.
Yeah, it's much faster scrolling. More enemies, faster scrolling.
Everything is much faster in the second game. It's like you have more weapons, everything's scrolling faster, enemies come at you faster. But it's like, yeah, there's just more action and dynamic. Like the feeling is more dynamic, I think, in the second game. That's what I'm going for.
You know, I didn't
like,
even...
While the first game is more strategic, I think. It's like you're slow and you can position yourself in the right way. And yeah, that was like what I was going for the first game. But for the second game, I wanted something really different.
And you knocked it out of the park, because I haven't played this in a while, and now that I'm playing it again, it is way different than Inviyya 2. Like, it's so much different. But one thing I do like about Inviyya 1, not one thing, but one of the things I like how all the enemies are a puzzle. I like how they're hard to beat, and they're a dance. They're like a ballet.
Yeah, exactly. It was like what I was going for with the first game.
That level is so freaking great. I agree, Enforcer. This is a new level, right? This is a new one.
I think so.
Yeah.
You have the new version.
Yeah, this is the 7th level, but it's really the 3rd level. If that makes sense. Oh, and now I got some power on the guns. Oh yeah. I got lasers and missiles. And I love how you can shoot this guy. I forgot about this level. I've only played this level a few times because you know, it's a new one. I like how you weaved it into the mix. It's not just like a level is added on. I like how you added it as level 3. So it's just like really well integrated into the game. It just becomes part of the game versus just an extra level.
Yeah, because I think it's like difficulty-wise, it fits really well. Like after the 2nd level and before the 3rd, which is a little bit more difficult then. I like the old 3rd level. So I think this works very well as the new 3rd level.
I like the color palette is much different too. You have all the green tones. So
yeah, the greens. You know, there's this Amiga developer Discord, and everyone was making fun about we had this I was on your show for the new level, like it made a short appearance. And you asked me like, why did you do the new level? I said like, yeah, I want to do the green level because there were no greens in the original game. And everybody was making fun of like their green.
I like the Moth level. One of my favorite He-Man characters is Mossman. It reminds me of Mossman.
Yeah, green level.
The green level, I dig it. I like it. It's much different than the other levels. See, and this is the key. Like, once you get powerful in Inviyya 1, oh, I forgot. Oh, this guy, the mirror. Oh, I forgot he's a mirror. I forgot how to beat this guy, Michael. I think that thing is just a shield, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta shoot that eyeball.
Can I tell you a secret about this?
Sure.
If you're you have auto shoot or something, you can just shoot long enough at the shield. It will die at like one point of time.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think nobody knows because nobody would be as stupid as like waiting like for 20 minutes. It would take really a long time because it has like 10,000 hit points or something.
That's
but
hilarious.
if you shoot long enough, it will explode, and then you can just shoot the 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 eye in the background. Yeah, what
Yeah.
you do in.
Yeah, it was cool. That's a very cool mechanic as well. I like it. Wasn't the ice level with the dragons the new level? No, except that was the new level. The green one was the new one.
Yeah, that's true.
The dragon level was there from the OG. This level is really hard. I think this is the hardest boss in the game.
Yeah, it's probably because it's a little bit unpredictable where you have to go or something.
Yeah, I think this is the hardest level in the game, and I know this is the hardest boss for me too. This part is really hard because you kind of get stuck in this tunnel, and you gotta back off. From what I remember. See, you gotta back off for this thing, and then you gotta charge it. Get up there. Those fireballs are tricky. I love the enemy variety in this game too, Michael. It's so good. Oh, I'm in trouble here. These guys coming up. I gotta breathe, Bill, breathe. I panicked.
Yeah. Yeah, see, now you have to play everything again. Not at this point, okay.
It's ruthless, Michael. You're ruthless. I got weak guns now. I'm going into like the toughest boss with weak guns. That's what happens when you panic. I even forgot which boss this is. I just remember. Oh, is this the moon? This is probably the moon boss. Is this the moon boss?
Yeah, it's this round thing which is flying around.
I'm so bummed I died. You know what would make the game a little bit easier is if when you died, you only lost like one power up instead of jumping pretty far back. Like I don't even have lasers. Yeah, this guy is so difficult. Yeah, this moon guy. Oh, that's right. I gotta shoot that. It's Mac the knife. Oh, come on. That was sloppy play on my part, Michael. Sloppy. I got a little tired and sloppy there. I shouldn't have died. That was just a mistake. Sometimes we just make mistakes. Now he's gonna be really hard to beat because I have a very weak weapon. Yo, Haze Maker, thank you so much for the resub, Haze. Appreciate that so much, dude. Tech Girl, I'm currently using the Monster Mini joystick. Monster Mini. I'm done now. I'm done. See, I started reading the chat, and now I'm too weak. I haven't like done hardcore gaming and trying to read the chat in a while. I'm out of practice, Michael. I'm out of practice. Yeah, the Monster Mini is perfect for this game, in my opinion. See, what I used to do is I used to get back and hit that rock right off the top. Get some hits in on him. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm really in trouble
I
now.
usually just stay at the lower border of the screen.
If you stay at the... Oh, really? I didn't know that. I usually dance around with them.
Yeah, that's my favorite boss. So...
I'll try that.
But if you only have the pew shoot, it's really difficult, I think.
Yeah, with this little shooter, it's gonna be tough.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay back and see if I can get some shots in on this little punk.
Usually I stay down at the bottom when he comes, and you just have to like move 1 or 2 times then only.
Oh man, he circled. He got me. I'm tempted to play it again just so I can beat this punk. Cause I think I'm a little bit too weak. See, I'm good on score. I've got four lives, but I'm bad on strength. Yes, Step Lemon Amiga. This is as hard as it can get, basically. If I stay down there, will those guys not hit me if I stay all the way down?
No, a little bit. No. For me, it's like at the bottom, but a little bit like in the front. Then if like all these shots come, you go a little bit back, then you go up again and shoot at the moon. That's what I'm doing.
But the hits count on the rock. You don't actually shoot that face, that moon face, right? You have to shoot this rock.
Yeah.
There we go. Yo, Riddy65, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the stream. We are joined, camera went off, by Michael Borrmann. We were showing the world premiere of Inviyya 2. Right now I'm playing Inviyya 1 for old time's sake. That one took a lot out of me. I wonder if I can still pull this off. See, that's one cool thing about this game is you get yourself down in a hole like this, and it's like, can I still beat the game? You know, it's like you're down on the mat like Hulk Hogan. You think you're getting counted out. Let's go, Mike. I gotta get that. I need some power ups badly. I'm basically as weak as possible. There we go. There we go. All right. See. Now I got a little life in. I had a little life in me. The hand over fist. Thank you so much for the subscription. Appreciate that hand over fist. I gotta read it. Sorry. All right. Give me that power up. Oh, the wing got me.
Damn, that's not looking good for you, Bill.
Yeah, this is not my best run. But can you imagine if I pull one off now? That'd be crazy. That'd be like the all-time greatest run. I wonder if it's possible. With one ship left, I need every 10,000 you get a bonus ship, right?
That's true.
So I'm closing in on 80k. Let's see if I can get I need a bonus ship and some power ups. There we go, a little power up. All right. Yeah. I got a tiny little bit of life in me. Oh, I need give me an extra life here. I'll let this guy spit. There we go. There's a little bit of life left in me, Mike. There's a little bit. At least I'm fighting. At least I'm fighting, Mike.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was gonna wipe and just do another run, but I'm like, you know what? I got nothing. I'm at ground zero here. Let's see what I can do. Like, let's make it interesting. Got lucky there, not gonna lie. I feel a boss coming, Michael. Oh yeah, and I feel some better weapons coming too, baby. I got some speed and some better weapons now, baby. Okay, so this guy, all right. This guy you can't beat with weapons. You have to beat him with the ice.
So you have to evade the ice attack.
I don't remember it being this stressful. Because usually I have like 15 lives. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But this time it's like, I'm on the edge right now, Michael. I'm on the edge here.
So fun.
Boom! Alright. You know, I got the Hulk Hogan going. You're on the mat. You're ready to get counted out. And then all of a sudden the finger comes up, you know? Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yo, M4, thank you for hanging out. It's been a pleasure having you here. Oh, this level, see, it's getting hard now, folks. I only have 3 lives. I gotta, yo, Night Shift, thank you for the 100 bits. I only got 3 lives left. I need to, I need some more points. 97k, alright. See, these enemies here, this reminds me of Inviyya 2. I feel the inspiration from both enemies here.
Yeah, this is just stolen from the first game.
Oh, okay, there you go. There you go. I thought something smelled similar. Oh, this is the one with the cows. This is the level with the cows.
Yeah, but there's lots more colors in the second game.
Crap.
But yeah, there you can see that, like, the difference also. This also I wanted to show, like, how different you can make, like, these enemies looking. with all these colors and also the much bigger color space. Yeah, on AGA.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they look similar, but I didn't know they were the same ones. That's a cool example of that. These cows are tough.
Also, you can see these explosions. They're basically also like the same, like from the first game, but with a lot more animation steps now, because I just have much more memory to put into these animations now. So yeah, it looks really different, I think. And maybe it's not that obvious if you like don't have the first game in mind, very fresh. But now when you see, I think this is the first game really uses up every like little bite of what the Amiga 500 has. So there's really not much left after like loading a level. And yeah, so that's basic. I think this really uses an Amiga 500 to the max.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't really, you know, it's so cool because like I'm always playing it on my 1200 like I'm doing now. But when I fired this up on my Amiga 500 and my CRT monitor, I really I felt it. You know, I was like, holy crap! Like, I'm playing this on my original Amiga 500 that I had in 1987, and it was like, if this came out in '87, man, it would have blown my mind. Oh, this is tough. This enemy is really tough.
When you see the new game, you see all these colors and all these like this nice blendings and something. Yeah, you cannot do this on an Amiga 500.
Right.
So.
This is the hardest run of my life on Inviyya, by the way, Michael. This is like, you know, I was on the mat. I'm trying to pry myself off the mat. I was down for the count. They were counting me out, Mike. They were counting me out. And I made some bad mistakes. But we're still rock and roll. Thank you for the 100 bits, Night Shift. Appreciate it. Thank you, Purple Haze. Rangers TV, like New York Rangers. Is that what you're talking about? I love me some Rangers, baby. Guy later, that's a cool boss, right? Oh, this Michael, this is tough. There's this one, Mike. This is so, yeah. This is the tough part for me, Mike. There's this one part here that you'll see it. It's really, really hard. I don't feel like if it's me that glitches out or the game. It's really tough. This part is so hard. It's this mothership is just brutal. This guy up here. This crabby.
There's also one of the levels. Usually I can play it in like sleeping, but this one is really difficult.
This one's very difficult.
Especially this part. This part is.
This is the hardest part right here.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh man, I was so close there, Michael. Oh, yeah. I thought I had it. That was just a bad mistake. Oh, that was terrible, Bill. Terrible. Oh, that was terrible. All right, 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, forward. 1, 2, 3, back. Oh, I looked at it and I drove. This is gonna be tough to beat. Thanks, Ultra Storm. This is, guys. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This, if I pull this one off, it's gonna be a small miracle. It's gonna be a small miracle to pull this one off. I haven't played in so long. I forgot my patterns, and this boss is tough. I consider this ship the boss in a way. I know that like the final boss is the final boss, but this ship is like harder.
Yeah, the whole level of the boss somehow.
Damn it. Mike, it's hard. This ship is so hard. I'm not gonna lie, Mike. I'm really tired too. I don't know if you can tell. I'm wiped out, dude. I got like crazy jet lag. I'm freaking wiped. All right, let's go.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
I'm
4.
also a little bit tired today.
1, 2, 3. I hope you've had as much fun as I had. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you again for inviting me.
You're amazing. Here we go. Oh! I was... Mike, I can do it. I can do it, Mike. Come on. Come on, dude. I can do it. Come on. Come on. I can do it. I know. That's what I said. Come on, Bill. Come on, dude. Come on. 1, 2, 3, back. 1, 2, 3.
The funny thing is, you always look like doing so good, and then you do some.
I just lose it. I lose it the last second.
Yeah.
It's that laser is really, really hard. No! I beat it. I beat it, and then I lost it. All right.
Oh no, that's so
I got killed by this stupid little dinky thing.
Yeah, but the pew pew gun.
Mike, that was harsh. That was my ego is severely bruised right now.
I feel so sorry.
Yeah. I feel sorry for me too. All right, I got lasers.
By the way, do you know that you can shoot the laser?
Oh, you can shoot the laser?
Yeah.
You mean you can like?
But you can need a lot of shots for that, but they can be shot. Right? It's usually better just to evade them.
Yeah, I didn't know you could shoot it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's so hard to watch you.
Hey, I didn't kill it. I didn't kill it. I didn't kill it, but I didn't kill it, but I evaded it.
Oh, it's so hard to watch somebody else play your game.
Oh, Mike, it's so hard to play it. No! No! I'm in big trouble now.
Oh no, that will be hard. No.
Boom! Never give up! Never give up! Woo! Woo! I did it, babe. Oh, I just pulled my wire out.
No.
I don't know if you're on the camera. No, you're not. I did it. Oh, I did it, babe. I saved the world. That was the most intense. That was the most intense. Oh, that was the most intense run of Inviyya I ever did in my life. I was down on the mat, babe. I was down on the mat. I stayed focused, took a deep breath, and I did it. Thank you, Night Shift. Holy cow. Holy cow. Oh, God. Thanks, babe. Love you. I'm not gonna stream. I'm tired. I'm not gonna stream too much longer. Yeah. Babe, oh my God. Oh my God. That was amazing. Oh,
yeah, listen to the wife device.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am tired. I feel like that's kind of a good place. I know it's a shorter stream than usual. I usually stream to like 6 o'clock. Thank you, Sep Lemon Amico, with 1,000 bits. Appreciate you. I was gonna do more today, Mike, but I'm beat, and I feel like that's kind of like a good good way to end it. You know.
It's really okay. I'm also kind of tired.
Cool. For anyone who's still here.
But it was amazing.
To be honest, that might have been my favorite run of Inviyya of all time, just because like I was down on the mat. See, that proves that you can get hurt in Inviyya, you can get your superpowers taken away, but you just gotta stay with it, man. You gotta keep fighting back.
It's like watching Rocky the movie.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Richard. I appreciate it. Thanks, D-Mackie. Yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't planning on beating the game because I was just like, I haven't played the game in like, in quite a while. I forgot all my moves because I memorized my moves. And then once I got wiped out there by that moon boss, we used to have a commercial for McDonald's here, Michael, in the United States in the 80s. It was a moon. It was a half moon, and he was singing Mac the Knife, like the classic jazz song, Mac the Knife. And that moon guy looks just like the McDonald's moon guy. Oh, I'm looking into my VHS now. So whenever I see him, man, I just think about the 80s commercial for McDonald's. Well, should we, I'll do one more run of Inviyya 2, and we'll call the stream. How's that?
Okay, let's do it like this.
Oh, is Hoffman here? Thank you, Raster Interrupt. I appreciate it. Is the Hoff here? Where is he? I don't see him. That was pretty. That was intense. Michael, that was my favorite run of Inviyya of all time. I was just kind of like, whew.
The funny thing is, like when I created like this start of the second game, I was playing the first game, and I was dying like in the first 10 seconds, like 3 times. And that game was over, and I was like, oh my God, oh no, I'm so bad at my own game.
Yeah.
But then I got better, and I made it like to the 3rd level, but then it was over. So
yeah, it's I mean, I like this. I like kind of jumping back and forth because now we can really compare and contrast. Because I kind of forgot how much slower the original Inviyya is after playing Inviyya. And now we got Inviyya 2, then we went back to Inviyya, now we get a little taste of Inviyya 2 again. Mr. Wolverine DK, oh man, I appreciate you, Mr. Wolverine DK. I try and be the best I can, but I'm not, I'm certainly not perfect. I try to be the best I can, but I'm far from perfect, my man. But thank you for the kind words, I appreciate that. Inviyya 2, let's go. Now, Mike, what is the resolution of this game? Because it's on my big monitor, it's a little bit different than I was expecting.
Yeah, but they're both same. Actually, the first game is a little bit wider. There's like 16 pixels more width, but like I'm saying, the resolution is kind of the same for both.
This is really amazing. This is really amazing because when I put this on, I hadn't played Inviyya in so long. I'm like, wow, this reminds me a lot. This is a lot like Inviyya. But now that I've played Inviyya again, I'm like, wow, this is not like Inviyya. This is like Inviyya inspired. This is way more intense. Yeah.
That was like one of my ideas. Was also like you need to be able to shoot something every second. There needs to be something exploding all the time.
Yeah, and there is.
Yeah, it was like shoot shit and have fun.
It's fun getting a good weapon off the bat. Although it was kind of fun getting that horrible weapon on that last run and just trying to fight my way back. I had to dig down deep. I had to dig down deep and do it. I love those little enemies. They're cool. I like how they start small and then charge at you. You know what I really like about your games, Michael? Like when you start getting like a lot of hits on the enemy, it feels really good. Like it feels like when during the last boss sequence, like there was just something about it. Like when I was getting a lot of hits on them, it felt good. Like it felt right.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
I'm so happy you're feeling great, Mr. Wolverine DK. That's great. Yeah, Guy later, you can tell it's definitely a step up from the first one graphically. Yeah, the 64 versus 16 colors, totally.
Also the color space, I think, it's like you can make this more smaller jumps from one color to the other. So this looks so much more, how to say, intense in a way. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see, I adjust myself here. Boom. There we go. Amazing. Well, Michael, thank you so much for joining me today. I think this is a good place. I think this is a good place to stop. I am so pumped, folks. Inviyya 2 coming at the end of 2022 from Michael Borrmann, also known as Tiger Skunk. Michael made that amazing Inviyya 1 game we just played through, and I'm super honored to have played Inviyya 2 demo, being the first one to test it out. Mike, that's a real honor. The game is amazing, and I can't wait to see like how it grows from here. This is only going to get better, and it's already awesome.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Really, thanks a lot. And, thanks to everyone who attended to the show. And yeah, I hope you will like the fun game, and I will keep you updated here on the Amiga build when something is new, and also on my Facebook page, which probably most of you are already on. So yeah, let's see how this turns out. I hope you will like it.
Tiger Skunk does rock. Michael, throw the link to your Facebook page in the chat for me. Thanks, Mixels, I appreciate it. So everyone can just make sure they follow you on Facebook.
Just a moment. Need to find this myself. Okay. Here we go. Yes.
There you go. There it is right there. Tiger Skunk just dropped the Facebook link. Mike, hey Mike, I had so much fun. You're such a good guy, and it's always a blast having a beer with you and playing games with you, especially when they're your games. And hopefully I'll see you at Amiga Germany, but I'll talk to you before then.
Yeah, well, that would be great. All the brewskis.
Oh, we'll have plenty of brewskis. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
All those brewskis we will have like in Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right, Michael. Take care. Bye bye.
Have a great time.
Thanks. You too. Bye bye. Michael Borrmann in the house, everyone. That was super. Thanks, everyone, for the super kind words. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Yeah, Inviyya 2 is going to be great, Sep. I agree. KL64, you rock. Thank y'all. I mean, I'm trying to do a good stream for y'all. I'm definitely a little tired. It's weird. It is weird how I like... Whoops. Let me reboot here. My bad. Like being away for 2 months, I did forget how to use my stuff. Oh man, I gotta see if any of my friends are streaming. We'll do a little raid, and it's gonna be great. I'm gonna go spend a little time with the missus. Been away for a long time, man. Yeah, Guy later, you're looking forward to it. You like some good shoot 'em ups. I love the shoot 'em ups too. Captain John, thank you, Captain John. I'm sorry it's a little shorter, but it's weird. I got a little tired. But it was intense, you know. Like the Tiger Skunk, man, his games are intense. I hope my mix was good. You know, I'm getting used to this again. This is so much better than the way I was doing it in my hotel room, but it's just a little bit of a learning curve. Got the lighting dialed in, man. I hope my microphone sounds good. It's weird because it sounds different than I remember, but I hope it sounds good. All right, here we go. Oh man, it's my dance cam. I didn't install the dance cam today, but I'll be sure to have it up for next time, folks. Let's put on some music, and we'll find someone to raid. Some chill. Should we do Run from Reality? Oh, this is a banger from Citrix. We started the stream off with a demo that came out of the demo party in Australia, and Citrix did the music to it. D-Mac, yeah, I appreciate it. Edvin Helland, oh, I'll take a look. Yeah, I guess so, Captain John. You're welcome, Trapshot Live. Trapshot Live, thank you so much for your support, dude. I appreciate you so much. What a world premiere. You enjoyed it, Jiro? Right on, dude. Thank you for the kind words, Jiro. It's so good to see you. Hand over fist, man. The pleasure was mine. The streams helped me mentally. You know, they helped me mentally too. So it was. I enjoyed doing them. I really enjoyed doing them. Let's see if any of my friends are streaming. I forgot how to do this. Following, live. Man, there's a lot of Amiga stuff going on. We got Amiga Live. Pints and Amiga. Kazrian playing Mortal Kombat Amiga. Vade Retro TV playing Amiga 500 stuff. You're welcome, Night Shift. Thank you for hanging out. See you next weekend. Oh yeah, so folks, next week is going to be a really important stream. It's the Amiga Game Jam competition. So next week we'll have RJ Michael on, we'll have Glenn from Glenn Retro Show on, and Amiga Cami, and we're gonna judge and or announce the winner of the Amiga Game Jam. You guys want pints? All right, we'll do pints and Amiga, baby. You guys want some pints? We'll get you some pints. All right, folks. Thank you all for hanging out. Please catch me next Sunday, same time, same place for the Amiga Game Jam. It's gonna be an epic one. Thank you all so much for your incredible support today. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all very, very much. A huge thanks to Michael for coming on the stream. I appreciate you all very much. I'm gonna redo my credit list too, to make sure I can thank all my patrons properly, because I really appreciate you all very, very much. Thank you for your support while I'm gone. You know I haven't given you as much value as I usually do because I've been gone and working, and the fact that you guys stuck with me is really means so much. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much. Joski Rock, Palnurk, thank you, and Palnurk, Oram, you guys are my VIPs. You're amazing. Thank you all so much. Let's take it to the hot tub, and I'll see you all next Sunday. It feels great to be back in the studio, Tiger Skunk. Love you all. Where is it? Where's the hot tub? There it is.
Yeah. hooked up.